Take on the New York Rangers at 10 p.m. Nights on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 949. Rangers on Internet 938. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Tuesday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, Detroit Red Wings face the Seattle Kraken at 7 p.m. Red Wings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 929. Kraken on Internet 943. Tampa Bay Lightning face the New Jersey Devils at 7 p.m. Lightning on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 945. Devils on Internet 936. Toronto Maple Leafs face the St. Louis Blues at 7 p.m. Leafs on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 946. Blues on Internet 944.
The PGA Tour comes to life.
Cross ice for Brad. Now near side, they score. It's the one-timer by Nico Hischier. A power play goal. Head save made by Markstrom. Rebound. Brodzinski is robbed as the power play comes to an end. And Jacob Markstrom has been stout. Moving across the line. Brad in deep. He scores. Here's Palat, finds a man in front, they score! It's Jack Hughes, baby! It's a 2-on-1. Luke and Jack. Luke with the shot, scores! Oh, a ripper there by Luke Hughes. Jack Hughes, one man back, across the line, has Brad with him, feeds it to Brad, back to Jack! Bingo bongo, it's 5-0! Ho, 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 baby!
Devils Hockey is brought to you by Prudential. Protect your life's work with help from Prudential, the official financial services partner of the Devils. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the New Jersey Devils. And RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
The Devils road trip continues in Florida after going home following Saturday's win over Washington. For a quick change, the Devils head to Tampa, the west coast of Florida, where tonight from Benchmark International Arena, they'll take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. A very good evening, everyone. Matt Laughlin along with Chico Resch. Ed Pendino's alongside our engineer, Charles Mintz, our producer back at our Skyview studios, and Kyle McKenna, our statistician. We all welcome you to Devils Hockey and thank you for your company wherever you are all along the Devils Hockey Network. And Chico, the Devils have found themselves road warriors, finally, after a little bit of a rough start out west. They have now put together some winning ways. And, of course, they're just getting used to life without Jack Hughes. On Saturday in their first game without him, they came out with that W in the shootout against the Caps.
Yeah, you know, but you always hear about the process, the system. You got to stick to it. They really have, Matt. In the last 5 games, 4-1, and I know Jack was there for 4 of them. But I like the way they're playing. I like the way they're thinking. I like the way they're reacting, the decisions they're making. They're getting great goaltending, too. That always helps, right? Backs it all up. But, yeah, this team has, if it's going to go deep, and we think it can, it's got to figure out who they are, how they can win, not to dominate 60 minutes, but at the right time, find a way to win the game. And they've done that, and that's been their secret.
Yeah, 13-4-1, 27 points, first in the Metropolitan Division, first in the Eastern Conference, and they get ready to take on a Tampa Bay team for the second time this season. Early in the year, we beat them here. We, as if it's my team or I'm on the club. The Devils beat Tampa Bay by a score of 5-3, got off to a good start. Yesterday at practice, Sheldon Keefe was talking about what the Devils need to do in Jack's absence. And the question was asked by Mike Morial, our good friend at NHL.com. And he was saying, besides toughness and being harder to play against and compete, what are some of the things that you look for? And Sheldon says, well, there are kind of 3 components to a game: special teams, 5-on-5, and goaltending. And he said you would hope that on any given night you try your best in all 3, but you hope that you can win 2 out of those 3 areas. And then he went on to say, as it comes to the 5-on-5 play overall in 5-on-5 and the approach without Jack and in a game 60 minutes, there's a simple formula for success.
I think for us, it's just reducing mistakes. we got to be smart, and we got to protect our goaltenders, reduce the amount of shots and high quality chances so that we can keep the goals against down. The sense of it, even with Jack, producing offense was a challenge for us. So not having him and the number of others we've been missing, the expectations offense is going to be harder to come by. So let's not give them any freebies.
And the Devils, as much as you look at the stats and you say, well, they're averaging 3.28 goals per game, that's tied for sixth. They're not a juggernaut a la Colorado in terms of offense. So it is going to start from the back. And if you think about it, that's why Tom Fitzgerald over the last couple of summers focused on improving the goaltending, focused on getting a more experienced defense, because he knows, as does Sheldon Keefe, that's where games are going to be won and lost, particularly without your leading scorer.
Well, at any time, if you look at the playoffs, Matty, the scores aren't 8-6, 9-7. They're usually low scoring. And so you've got to have the personality that you can find a way to beat the other. And yes, you have to be tough to play against. I look at games last night. I mean, teams that weren't tough to play against, especially in their own end, they gave up a lot of goals. I like the makeup of our team from the goaltending. The D is rock solid. You'll talk about that. Dougie Hamilton's back. The forwards, I mean, we've got two scoring lines when they're healthy. The other two lines know who they are, and they're going to just try to shut it down and grind it out and be really tough when they have to be in certain areas. So this team is really, as you said, Fitzy has really well built this team, but they still, in the end, they're the ones that have to believe it, and they're the ones that have to play the way the coaches are presenting it to them, and they have been.
And we will see what happens tonight. As Chico mentioned, 4-0-1 in the last 5, all going extra time, and the Devils coming up with wins either in overtime or in the shootout, as they did on Saturday, beating the Washington Capitals. And there is some good news on the injured front, and that is that players who have been sidelined will be back. It was a short absence for Dougie Hamilton, missed the last 4 games. He returns to the lineup. A little longer for Connor Brown. He missed 7 games. He comes back into the lineup. And Evgeny Dadonov, what a surprise visit. He paid to practice yesterday. Quick healing or faster healing last week while the Devils were on the road. And he'll be in the lineup tonight. He hasn't played since opening night. So it's good to get the regulars back.
Well, here's the best part, Matt. They're not coming in thinking, we got to be the savior. We're going to be the difference in the game. Yes, they can. But, Dougie Hamilton's going to start as the third pair, right? Dadonov's on the fourth line. Brownie's moving up a little. But all I'm saying, you don't want people thinking, you want them to make the difference, but you don't want them in the game trying to do too much because I got to be the difference maker. And these guys coming in, they just want to fit in now. The team's winning. I just want to be a part of this whole good feeling and production that's going on. So that's what I like about these guys coming in. It's not like we're looking to them to make a huge difference. I'm looking for them just to fall in and play like the team has been playing the last 5 games.
Chimo Nemitz has been a revelation lately. He's been on quite a run. The hat trick in Chicago. He had the shootout deciding goal on Saturday against Washington, playing with a world of confidence. That's a great development for the Devils to see that, as he's finally starting to play the way someone you would hope who was selected second overall in the draft would. He's got the confidence. But I'm curious as to what the new role for Arseny Gritsu will be. They've been looking for a left wing on that top line. Now, there's no Jack Hughes up there to center it, but he's going to be given that chance to play a more prominent role.
Well, Matty, you're exactly right. We're all wondering that. He scored a great one-timer. He has a great one-timer shot. And the biggest thing is why you like him, and everybody, coaches, everybody, is he knows this team is built on defense first. I don't care what anybody said. We're not going to outscore teams. But he is conscious of the defensive part, but we've seen enough skill level, his one-timer, his ability to pass. And the other thing is, open ice doesn't mean much to me anymore, Matty. It's when you're in traffic. Where's your heart? Where's your stick handling? Where's your determination to get that puck by the guy who's trying to take it from you? And he's shown that he has all that. And I think that's why we're all so excited about him. but also we don't know the top end of it. The sky could be the limit, and we certainly hope it is.
Well, that top line includes Gritsuk, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt. We saw that combination on Saturday, and Sheldon said yesterday after practice, everyone's got to do a little bit more, right? At least he didn't say next man up with Jack out of the lineup. But he said we can only ask so much of certain guys to give us more. In other words, he said, I don't know that we can ask Nico Hischier, given all his responsibilities and time, to give us more. But might having Gritsuk on that wing open a little space for the Devils captain, who's only had 3 goals. Last year he had a career-high 35.
Yeah, no, I don't even look at it that way. I mean, Gritsuk got the big goal the other night in Washington. I'm looking at him defense first.
Between the Devils and Tampa Bay. And as much as the Devils have been affected by injury and players are returning, we mentioned tonight Hamilton, Brown, Dadonov coming into the lineup tonight. This Tampa Bay Lightning team is not going to feel sorry for the New Jersey Devils. They're without quite a long list of players, starting with Victor Hedman and Nick Paul and Ryan McDonough.
Well, Matty, this is what I'm saying. You can't pull out those two, McDonough and Hedman, not that Paul's not important, but out of your defense, and you're not going to have things go wrong. They went down, they beat Florida, then they came home against Vancouver and gave up 6 goals. And you just can't. I don't know why people, that's what I like about our defense. We've plugged guys in, and they have been tight. They haven't been exposed. And so that's the thing. They're getting Cirelli back, I think, tonight. I didn't see he was in there. But, no, I was just saying, their top 2 lines are good, Matty. Their top 2 lines have scored 34 goals. Okay? Their bottom 2 lines have scored 10. So you know how they're depending on those top lines. And that hasn't been the case because of the injuries. But, you never know about breaks of the puck. You don't know about desperation. And the fact that they lost at home, I think they're going to be pretty hungry tonight.
It should be a good matchup. We'll have more from Tampa after this on the Devils Hockey Network.
For the last 125 years, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 102 has powered progress and built a brighter future. As we celebrate this incredible milestone, we honor the dedication of our past, the strength of our present, and the promise of our future. Together, we're stronger. Together, we're Local 102.
An orthopedic surgeon can replace a damaged joint, but they can't replace time. For you, or for the person who has to drive you around. That's why you need a surgeon who's close to home. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have the specialized care you need to get moving again. Do it right. Here. Visit rwjbh.org/ortho. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy. Together.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan, 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how is Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Connor Brown. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
He's back. He'll be on the ice tonight. Connor Brown returns off a 7-game absence. The starting lineups are presented by RWJ, Barnabas Health, New Jersey's largest academic healthcare system and official healthcare provider of the New Jersey Devils. Markstrom and Vasilevsky, Devils in Tampa Bay on the Devils Hockey Network.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
For the last 125 years, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 102 has powered progress and built a brighter future. As we celebrate this incredible milestone, we honor the dedication of our past, the strength of our present, and the promise of our future. Together, we're stronger. Together, we're Local 102.
In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential's rock-solid expertise is designed to help you reach your goals. After all, no matter where you are in life, you've got something to protect. Visit Prudential.com today and see how we can help you.
This is Dougie Hamilton. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Dougie returns to the Devils lineup tonight. Let's check in with PA announcer Paul Porter.
And we're honored to be joined by a U.S. Marine who served our nation for 7 years from 2006 to 13, deploying in support of Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. After his service, he's been an active volunteer for veterans rehab and support programs. Tampa Bay, please welcome and salute Marine Corps Sergeant Daniel Dieva. Now let's sing loud and proud with the voice of Bolts Nation, retired U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant Sonia Bryson Kirksey, as she performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in iron gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
She may be retired from active duty, but Sonia Bryson Kirksey has not retired from her role as the national anthem singer of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and her usual good job. Chico, the keys to the game are presented by Ticketmaster. What have you?
Well, you know, the Tampa Bay Lightning started out the last game against Vancouver. They outshot them 13-1. And I would think that's going to be their game plan. So for the Devils, again, let's just hang in there. Don't give them anything. Hopefully get a power play or two, Matty. And then slowly grind them down. Because that's what the Tampa Bay Lightning have lost some games later in the game. And that's what the Devils want to focus on. Not putting them away right off that hop. Just be patient.
The referees tonight, Jordan Samuels-Thomas and TJ Luxmore, where everything is 20% off. And the linespersons are Steve Barton and Tommy Hughes. I always think that name, TJ Luxmore, just sounds like it's a retail operation, doesn't it? But he's a veteran official, and he's working tonight's game as we are underway, and the Devils dump it in. Luke Hughes paired with Brendan Dillon, who did not practice with the team yesterday. There was an optional morning skate. Most players are on the ice today, but some question as to Brendan's return. But he's out there with Luke Hughes as the puck is sent out to center ice by Tampa Bay, and Luke goes back to play it. Banks went off the wall to the neutral zone, and Nico Hischier there. Taps it to Arseny Gritsuk. Tries to sweep it to his right. Anthony Cirelli returning to the lineup. Intercepts. He's missed the last four. Now a shot from the near wall by Kucherov and a save by Markstrom, and we'll have a face-off.
Well, yeah, some people thought the fact that there were so many Devils players coming to the optional this morning, that's a good sign. They're hungry. And I think they are, Matty. They're 4-on-1. It's a good time to be part of the Devils team. And you can't underestimate finding ways to win. We say it like a cliche. But these games go back and forth so often. When you find a way to finally gut it out at the end, that helps the bonding of the team.
Off the draw, Dawson Mercer's line is out there as Mercer's moved from wing to center in the absence of Jack Hughes. Timo Meier, one of his wingers, and Connor Brown returning to the lineup, the other, as the puck is at center ice, but it's turned delivered in by Tampa Bay. Jacob Markstrom flips it toward Jonas Siegenthaler, challenged on the play. Puck gets poked up in the air, kept alive by Tampa Bay, but good stick work by Meier. Intercepts a pass, and now it's Dawson Mercer dumping it in from center ice. Devils on the forecheck. We're in the early going. No score. Jake Gensel with the puck. Gensel with 17 points in 18 games. Braden Point has it now as he gains the zone. He has struggled a bit for Tampa Bay. Just 3 goals on the season. From the blue line, a shot save made by Markstrom, and he covers up.
And there's Nemec again in front, Matty. He's blocking out just like he's supposed to do. The puck's going to the net. Gensel's there trying to tip it. Nemec says, no, not only am I going to get your stick, I'm going to get my butt in your chest, and I'm going to push you back. And so Markstrom says, yeah, I see it, and I got time to jump on the rebound, and he did all that. And that's the kind of play that this team is looking at each other to execute, right? And that's a big compliment. It's not just scoring a goal.
Got to play all ends as the Devils clear it to center ice. That shot, by the way, came from a call-up from Syracuse. A familiar face, former Devils draft choice Steven Santini. Getting a shot up to play defense in light of all the injuries. No Eric Chernak, no Victor Hedman. Max Crozier put on the IR with a lower body injury. So they're banged up too, Tampa Bay and Santini. Hard to believe now, 9 years of NHL action, and sporadic because he has spent a lot of time down in the American League. Captain of the Syracuse Crunch. Puck lifted clear by Dougie Hamilton.
Great career, though. Bronxville, New York is where he's originally from, but the puck goes out of play. But you know what I mean, Manny? Like, yeah, it's like you can have great talent. You can have almost all of it, but it just takes some little extra that players that make it and don't. And I never underestimate those guys in the American League playing a long time. It's not easy, right?
Nope.
And 10 years, that's good for him. And now he's getting a chance.
Spoke with him for an intermission interview that you'll hear during the second intermission. During the first, an interview with Marty Brodeur, who on Friday goes into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Juho Lammikko out for the draw. He gets chased. Paul Cotter comes in. Evgeny Dadonov is playing on the wing on this line. His first action since opening night as he comes back from a broken hand. Tampa with the puck at center ice, and they just roll it in. Curtis Douglas delivering it in. Devils clear. Lammikko Plays it wide of net. Bounces in the trapezoid. Handled there by Charles-Edouard Dastou. And we'll talk more about him in a moment as Tampa has it at center ice. Bjorkstrand floats it ahead, deep in the Devils' end. Brendan Dillon picks it up, banks it off the far wall. Here's Gritsuk. Spinning away from some pressure, Tampa Bay making a change. Now across the line, shot by Gritsuk, save made by Vasilevsky. Puck behind the Tampa net, it's carried out by Darren Radish. So Charles-Edouard Dastou, as we get an icing on Tampa Bay, in 4 different leagues, he has been the Defensive Player of the Year in the Q, in Finland, in the East Coast League, and in Sweden. But it took a long time for him to get a look, and finally he has.
27 years old, but you know, man, if he playing good defense, he can play at least 37. You know, if that's what he is built for. It doesn't have to be your skating, your puck handling, although he has a goal, but obviously they're counting on him to help keep the puck out of the net.
6'2", 211 pounds, a 27-year-old. Puck loose in the near circle. Kicked that by Hischier. Played behind the net by his countryman, J.J. Mosier. Now it's knocked loose. Rolls in front, and Darren Radish will outlet down the right wing wall. 16:35 to go in the first. No score. 2 shots for Tampa Bay, 1 for the Devils. Mosier goes back to play it. Mosier and Hischier will be playing for Switzerland in the Olympics in Milan coming up in February. Here's Radish. Delivers it to the blue line off the stick of Siegenthaler, who also will play for Switzerland, as will Timo Meier. Here's Meier in front of the Tampa Bay bench, behind which John Cooper is not standing. He is not here tonight, out for personal reasons. So Jeff Halpern is running the bench along with help from the other assistants. Here's a shot that hits a man in front, went off of Brown and off of Vasilevsky.
And he didn't know where it was, did he? Well, that's a good break for him.
Gaining the zone, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here's Gonzalez in front, looking for a man. It goes off his stick, and then they couldn't follow up with the try. In deep was Emil Lilleberg. So an opportunity goes by the boards here, and we remain scoreless. 4.5 gone by. Lilleberg, the Norwegian, up ahead off the stick of Gensel. Now the Devils come out of their own end. At center ice, it's Nason. Nice pass for Lamico, and he'll dump it in and give chase. From the far wall, a shot by Nason, stick save by Vasilevsky. Crowd is quiet. As you often say, you got to give them something to get excited about. Not much has happened here in the early going. A feeling out process.
Well, and remember the last game here, Matty, when they got lit up by Vancouver. I think it was 6 goals last period.
Here's Brendan Dillon. Slap shot off of Vasilevsky. It bounces to his right. He finds it finally. From our perspective, Chico, I thought it was going to go over his shoulder and in.
I know. It was up in the air, and which way is it going? You know, and a nice high shot. You know, Brendan Dillon, he has 2 goals. All of them were up top part of the net. There he goes high again. But just to put us in perspective, okay? Darren Radish and J.J. Moser, nice players. They're the top 2 Tampa Bay Lightning defense. No Hedman, no Donahue, nobody to really, be like a force. So that's why they're inconsistent. But you know what? Luck. We saw puck luck there on that last shot. And timely goal scoring, especially on the power play, can still beat you. So the Devils got to be careful.
Vasilevsky 9-6-1 against the Devils this season. He's 6-5-2, and has gotten off to a bit of a sluggish start. They were terrible, quite frankly, early. They've been better lately. Here's Kucherov. Overhandles the puck, and Nemitz behind the Devils' net with it. They've won 8 of their last 11.
I meant to say McDonough. Sorry, Matty. He's a Minnesota guy. Better get it right.
Here's a shot from the blue line, knocked down in front. Glenn Denning was tying Cirelli up, and the Devils clear it to the neutral zone. Handled by Kucherov. 41 points in 28 games against the Devils. Kucherov, and in deep, a shot by Cirelli goes off the glass and out of play.
Nice little play. Kucherov going down the middle, gives it to the left wing, and Cirelli, who's just getting back, but he shoots it high and not only over the goal, but it went out of play. So, yeah, Tampa Bay's had a few chances, but nothing, you really got to worry about. It's not like the Devils are breaking down. And I like to see that in the first 10 minutes.
Tampa Bay sits 6th in the Atlantic Division, 7th in the wild card chase. You would assume that given their pedigree and their talent, when they get healthy, they'll move up the ranks. But right now, as we've come close to 20 games played, they're outside looking in. Here's Heischer across the line off the draw for Gritsuk, a little too far. Now he challenges Radish in the corner. Puck comes in front off the stick of Brad, and Tampa Bay will skate out. Jones gives it off. In deep, it's Gergensons. Tries to get it in front. It's deflected behind the net. The Devils will pick it up there. Now Bratt with it across the line. At the left wing circle. Goes to Heischer. Flips one in front. It was off the stick of Mosier and wide. Taken by Bratt. Fires to the blue line. Hamilton has no one to his left. He was looking. Dillon then moved down deep. Now it's Heischer in the corner. He has it poked free. And the puck is handled by Dominic James. James playing with a full shield. He got a puck flat off his stick up against his cheek and just returning to the lineup. There have been so many injuries, and it's what a lot of people are talking about. Is it just noticed more, or are there more injuries?
More. Fast game, people blocking shots. I think it's going to continue.
Markstrom behind the net was challenged, just worked it free, and now Meyer. Oh, he turns it over. Here's a chance for Tampa Bay. In the slot it goes, cross to the far circle. Point, try to give it back to Gensel. They don't connect. Gensel with it. Boy, you can tell Point is struggling this year.
Yes.
Last year he would have ripped one. Shot for the blue line. That's tipped off the glass by Bjorkstrand. Devils hemmed in their zone. Penalty coming up. And it's going to be a holding call, and it's going to be on Braden Point, and the Devils will have a power play.
You talk about a sequence that goes against the Tampa Bay Lightning and for the Devils.
Tampa penalty number 21. 2-minute minor holding.
For holding. They have a 3-on-1, Matty. They don't get a shot on that. The first couple passes tape to tape, but then the last one, another pass, it was wide by no one, and then the penalty's taken by Point, so just a disastrous shift for him. But good news for the Devils. Let's hope that power play can click here early. 12:26 to go here in the first period. It's a 0-0 hockey game. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
This is Jesper Brad. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Devils on the power plays. Braden Point goes off for a hold, and that was textbook.
Oh, it was such an obvious hold. We kind of argued about it, but I thought, look at the replay and you won't.
7:34, the time of the call. Devils trying to snap this scoreless tie. Here's Jesper Brad. Now to Heischer, to Bratt, out high to Luke Hughes, who scored his first goal of the season. His wrister is handled by Vasilevsky. Scored on Saturday, did Luke, to finally get on the board. We'll have another draw.
And there he shot it, Matty. There was the lane, and he had people in front. No, you don't have to, but why wouldn't you? If the routine continues, some pucks are going to go in. But that overpassing drives everybody crazy. It does.
Face-off controlled by the Lightning. And here's Lilleberg. Outlets to the neutral zone. Hagel across the line. Cuts to his left. Oh, a snapper gloved by Markstrom. And he drops it quickly. What a save there by Jacob Markstrom. Drops it off to Luke, whose pass is blocked away at the blue line by Cirelli. Devils eventually should recover. Yes, they will.
And that's what I mean. No, that's a great save, Matt. It's going to be overlooked because he made it look so easy, but that was phenomenal.
Luke drops it back. Now in the center circle, it's Dawson Mercer across the line. Pass off the stick of Brett. Lands at Timo Meier. Finds Luke out high. Challenged by Yanni Gord. Moves to the far side. Has the puck on the backhand. Gives it to Bratt. Back to Luke. To Bratt. And the puck came out. Ooh. And back in. And offside is called.
Oh, that was a close one. It's too bad. But now the second unit's coming out. And Gritsuk going to be on the right side. Get ready for that big one-timer. Nice save, though, by Markstrom. And then, you know what I like about Markey? A lot of goalies, though, man, they want to keep it moving, especially when you've got the man advantage. Don't hold on to it and get a whistle. So he caught it, he moved it, and the Devils went up the ice.
So the Devils have Nason out there, along with Palat and Gritsuk. Two D-men out there, Hamilton and Nemitz. Here's a pass in front by Tampa Bay. Tipped in the air, gloved down by Markstrom. Lays it off and play rolls on. 40 seconds to go in the Devils' power play. Devils were 1 for 3 against Washington on Saturday. Tampa Bay's allowed a power play goal in their last 3 games. 4 in their last 3 games.
And this is a good way to break in Dougie Hamilton, right? First game back, he's out there with Nemec, who's conscious defensively. And you don't want, Hamilton out there by himself.
Devils have trouble at the blue line, and Tampa clear, so down to 14 to go in the power play. No score, 10:35 to go in the first. 5 shots for the Devils, 5 for Tampa Bay. Here's Dougie rolling it off the glass. Missed the last 4 with a mid or lower body injury. It was kind of mild, and his return was expected to be around this time as Point is out of the box, jams it in. Markstrom has trouble with the puck. It's passed out in front, but Point couldn't tee it up. Well, Markey's been adventurous and has some troubles.
No, right?
Well, no. You're right.
It's not bothering him, I'm telling you. That's just what he does. But, yeah, he got surprised there.
Yeah, exactly. And thankfully, Point has struggled, and here's a pass out in front for the Devils, and a save made by Vasilevsky. Otter at the chance, and thankfully Point has struggled because in other years that might have been in the back, but it wasn't.
And Paul's throwing his head back. Oh, he's all alone. It's on the left side. Puck's behind the goal line. It's passed out to him. I mean, it's a tough shot. I wish he'd maybe gone a little higher. But, Vasilevsky's, Matty, not only has he been good, he's been lucky. And that's a good combination for goaltenders. Well, we're still here in the first period. No score. We'll be right back with the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
No one plans on heart problems, but everyone should have a plan for them. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. With the latest technology and a highly specialized team of nurses, cardiologists, and surgeons, our network offers the most complete heart and vascular care in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
Whenever I drive in for a Devils game, I know exactly where I'm going to park because I reserve my spot ahead of time with Park Mobile. I don't have time to drive around looking for parking. I just use the Park Mobile app to easily reserve the spot I want. Then I drive right to that lot and there's a guaranteed spot waiting for me. It's easy. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or on the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, book your spot before you leave the house with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
This is Theo Meyer. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Gain access to the most comprehensive benefits program in sports, including 2026 Stanley Cup playoff ticket priority, exclusive player events, and more. Get it all today with your 2025-26 Black and Red full season membership. Go to NewJerseyDevils.com/Black and Red. Matt and Chico and you on this Tuesday night. Love our partnership. Glad you could join us. No score here in the first. Devils and Tampa Bay Lightning for the second of 3 this season. It's our last visit to Tampa. Always love coming here. The weather was great. Icing yesterday and today. Icing called on Tampa Bay.
Well, this morning there were a lot of fans. Maddie, you know me, talking to everybody. Well, there's 3 middle-aged ladies, but they were from Switzerland. And they had on Tampa Bay. I said, Tampa Bay? Do you know all the Swiss people we have on the Devils? But they were J.J. Moser. That's who they come to see.
Just right off the draw. Wrap around try. That's off a stick. Puck comes to the blue line. Wonder if they're from his hometown, from Beale. Backhand in front off a stick, and it just goes wide.
I couldn't convince them.
No.
I tried.
Very territorial, those Swiss. We get a hand pass called.
And then there were a bunch of people from Sweden, and they came to see Victor Hedman, and he wasn't playing either. But I said, trivia time. Who are the only 2 Swedes to ever win 4 straight Stanley Cups? One guy says, Anders Keller. I said, yeah. Anders didn't play much that first year when I was there. But Stefan Pearson, he played all 4, huge part of it. None of them knew him. So I feel bad because Stefan was like one of the first Swedes to really make an impact, and he did with us. But nobody gets it, ever. I haven't had one time asked that trivia question to Swedes as we're going to get another icing. Oh, no. Yeah, against Tampa Bay. But you know what I mean, Maddie? I thought, well, they'll know that. But I guess it was so long ago, people don't care. It's like
or as time flies, it just kind of don't.
You're right. That
was 80 through 83. And I don't know, were some of those people even born then, Chico, that you were talking to?
I know. I did say which
they should know, but
which Swedish goalie has won the Stanley Cup? They did know that. No one from Sweden has ever won the Stanley Cup as a goalie.
And we're reminded of that at our good friends, the Brummers, Mike and Mark, at Hobbies, where they have the Henrik Lundqvist soup. You can only get a bowl, no cups.
That's right. Good one, man.
Oh, they are big time Devils fans. Vasilevsky behind the Tampa Bay net. Plays it out in front, and here comes Kucherov. Now it's on to Declan Carlisle, just called up along with Santini from Syracuse. He dumps it in. Tampa Bay makes a change. Here's Dawson Mercer across the line. Still looking for our first goal.
Breakaway.
Turnover by the Devils. Here comes Gensel. Chalowski racing back, and Gensel able to score.
Oh, my. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. It's turned over if you're looking at on the left side. Maddie, I don't know if there's confusion. Dougie Hamilton's out. He hasn't played much. There was Mercer's line, and then let's see what happens here. Yeah, just an unfortunate break. But Gensel, he's coming from the right side. He's a left-handed shot, folks. So you know where the puck is. It's out to the middle of the ice. He just starts to lean to his left. He shoots back short side, puts it just inside the pipe. You see that? Markey got surprised by it. Markey never, ever usually gets surprised by it, but then Gensel is a pretty good goal scorer.
Yeah, he is. That's his ninth. Leads Tampa Bay, and he's given them the 1-0 advantage. The goal comes at 11:40 of the first period, and now the puck goes out of play.
But the good news is they've done well in the first period. Tampa Bay against Vancouver, they got 2-0 and eventually lost. So let's hope that that's the case tonight. But just a weird bounce, and I feel bad. Dougie Hamilton trying to get his skates on the ice, not his feet, but he was just trying to get settled down, and it bounces off the boards, and Gensel's streaking and gets the breakaway, and so Devils got to fight from behind.
So it's 1-0 on Gensel's ninth. Vasilevsky has the puck come in on him. He settles it, hands it off, and around it goes to Gord. And now skating out is Declan Carlisle.
It's a good name, huh?
Yeah.
Declan.
Gotta love it. Tampa has it in the corner. Gord tries the center. It's blocked away. Checked by Dillon. Loose puck along the near wall. It's fed to the point. They were making a change. Radish racing on. Couldn't keep it alive in the zone. So Tampa Bay has to clear. They come back across, though. Gord in with a shot. That's off a stick, off the glass. Rolls to the left point. Kept alive by Mosier. Now it's to Jones. Jones in the corner. Challenged on the play by Dillon. Luke Hughes with it. Fumbles a pass behind the net. It's handled there by Bjorkstrand. Kicks it loose, but now it rolls toward Gritsuk, and he'll race ahead. Gritsuk in deep with a shot. Save made by Vasilevsky. Little burst of speed. Nice sharp shot there by Gritsuk.
That's what I like, right, Maddie? That was all he had. Take what they give you. And a nice low shot. Vasilevsky had to be sharp.
Right across. Yeah, he's taken down. It's a delayed call. Extra skater rushes to get on, but a touch-up and a trip, and the Devils will have the power play once again.
Yeah, and it's Kucherov, I believe. And, I'm not a referee.
Tampa 43, 2 minutes for a trip.
But, no, is it Kucherov?
Radish.
No, Radish. But, it's... Yeah, okay, a little bit borderline, but it's also, it is what it is. And that was after a bad turnover by Tampa Bay down in the Devils' end. But now, Maddie, we talk about what makes great goaltending. Special teams. Special teams got to come through here.
Devils 5th overall in the league, 0 for 1 tonight, though. Here's Brad with it. In front, it's poked away from Mercer by Vasilevsky as Dawson tried to turn, and now there might be an odd man rush, but there's not. As Hagel and Point looked like something was happening, or rather, Sorelli and Hagel. Now, Devils back across, it's Meyer, top of the far circle. To the corner it goes for Brett. Now to Meyer, bangs one to the blue line for Luke Hughes, right wing side for Brad Stickhandle, centers. The shot by Mercer is stopped. The rebound cleared, but not out. Glove down at the blue line by Luke Hughes. Good work by the young defenseman. Now it's Brad. Hard pass gets past Meyer. Comes to the near wall. Mercer with it, has it poked away, and Hagel will clear.
Vasilevsky pretty active with that stick, isn't he, tonight? Made another poke check.
He has it behind the net, hands it off. A little precarious play by Vasilevsky.
I didn't say he was cleanly, but he is poke checking. He's going out for the puck, and both goalies have been a little scary, but no damage.
Cleared by Santini. Devils come out of their end. 50 seconds to go in the power play. Gritsuk across the line. Finds a man between the circles. It's Nemitz. Couldn't tee it up. Pass was on his backhand side. Now it's Hamilton sliding it toward Mason, but it's intercepted and cleared by Gergensons.
Well, I don't know if the Devils are going to score this power play, but what we don't like is there's been no continuity. There's been no good chances, really.
Nemitz gets it to Gritsuk. Chops it back to Hamilton with a shot. Save made by Vasilevsky. That was tipped on Vasilevsky.
Yeah, that was good. And who was that in front of
Nemitz?
And that's what you like about Nemitz. He's going for the front of the net. Dougie Hamilton's alone back there, but there's no danger of him turning it over. And as you said, Nemitz almost or did get a piece of it. So The best chance for the Devils on this power play.
23 to go in the minor to Darren Radish. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky. It's one to the corner by Gensel, the Tampa goal scorer. An unassisted goal at 11:40, and now the Lightning clear. Nemitz back to play it to Nason. Pushes it ahead to Palat, the former Lightning, at center ice. Across the line, sends it to the right wing corner. Power play down to 5 seconds to run. Here's Palat to the blue line. Nemitz looks around. Wrist shot that's blocked well before it got through. Out of the box is Radish. Tampa can't clear. Here's Cotter for Palat. In front, redirect. Another save by Vasilevsky. This on Nason. Now it's Cotter with it. To Palat in the corner. Dragged down on the play. Puck comes to Nemitz near side. We're down to 4:28 to run in the first. Devils trail by a goal. Errant pass by Hamilton is picked off. And then he intercepts a pass at center ice, and the Devils are back across. Cotter, as the Devils make a change behind the net, he's checked on the play. Mosier throwing a shoulder in, and now it's Lilleberg behind the net.
Well, a couple chances there, Matty, on the power play. You'd like to see a little more of that.
Devils 0 for 2 tonight on the power play. Here's Moser spinning in his own end. Some light pressure from Dadonov. Making his first appearance since opening night. Tampa almost turns it over, but they don't. Now it's up ahead to Kucherov. To point back to Kucherov. In front with the backhand. Reaching for it is Gonzalez. His pass intercepted by Hischier. Boy, that was just great vision by Kucherov. Now it's Luke Hughes with a shot that deflects off a stick and goes wide. Luke in the corner. Spins, loses control as he was double teamed, and it's a point handing it off. Kucherov has it deflect off his stick, but it is recovered at center ice by Dastu.
Good one. Like that, man.
3:10 to go in the first. 1-0 Tampa. 11-5 Devils with the shots on goal advantage, but nothing to show for it right now. Lilleberg with it. He's tied up by Brown. Puck behind the net for Mercer. To a man off the bench. Nimitz with the blast. That's off a stick and a save by Vasilevsky. Went off a Tampa Bay stick, and Vasilevsky stayed with it.
And, you know, Nimitz comes off the bench, Matty. He's got his stick up before he even hits the blue line. It was easy to see. He was all alone. He blasted it, but it hit a stick. That's a good chance.
With 12 points, of course, the big 3 goals coming against Chicago. Now a shot from the far side, saved by Vasilevsky on Meyer. Meyer skates behind the net. He's bumped there. Still with it. Now his pass, a bank pass intercepted by James. He pumps it to his own blue line, and now it goes left wing side where Carlisle will send it in. Now a loose puck near side to the blue line. Santini with a shot stick save made by Jacob Markstrom. 2:09 to go. Stay with us for the Citizens Intermission Report. You'll hear my interview with Steven Santini. It's been a while since he's been in the Devils organization. Here he is with a shot that goes off a stick and wide. Now it's centered, and it sails through the crease on the try by Gord, and the Devils clear. Well, at this point, just don't give up another goal. Now a takeaway at the blue line by Nason, but it rolls free and recovered by Tampa Bay. Puck outletted to center ice and sent back in by Chalowski. Colton White is one of the scratches tonight. Nathan Legare is scratched. That is Ethan Edwards, who was called up for this trip with the uncertainty surrounding Dougie Hamilton and Brendan Dillon. Would they play? Would they not? So the Devils wanted just to be sure they had enough. Good to see Ethan, part of the Devils' future for sure, but not part of their present tonight, Mr. Resch.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a future he has, man. This is the first time I was going to see him, but maybe we'll see him later.
Here comes Cotter across the line. Inside the blue line now with a shot save made by Vasilevsky. No rebound there.
No, Cotter with another shot, you know, and that's great, Manny. That's all you can do. You'd like to finish one, but Vasilevsky has been really good. I mean, he's been kind of wonky at certain times, but when it's counted, he's made the big save, and that's why he's got 0 against them, and the Devils have 1 against them. We're in the first period, a minute to go. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
For the last 125 years, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 102 has powered progress and built a brighter future. As we celebrate this incredible milestone, we honor the dedication of our past, the strength of our present, and the promise of our future. Together, we're stronger. Together, we're Local 102.
Take a free shot at winning $10,000 with the Golden Goal Sweepstakes, brought to you by PlayStar, the official online casino of the New Jersey Devils. Join PlayStar today and you'll enjoy a deposit bonus of up to $500, along with up to 500 free spins. Find more ways to play like a champion with hundreds of the hottest games, including blackjack, roulette, and the best slots in New Jersey. Download the app or search playstar.com and be the star. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 21 or older and within the state of New Jersey to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential's rock-solid expertise is designed to help you reach your goals. After all, no matter where you are in life, you've got something to protect. Visit Prudential.com today and see how we can help you.
This is Andre Palat. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
The new 7-game pick'em plan is available. Choose the best games on the best states to fit your schedule. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/partial plans to learn more. Chico, what do you think about what we've seen so far?
Well, I mean, the biggest disappointment is the Devils' double power play, where I'd say they had two chances. One, they needed a tip. 5-on-5, they've been okay, Matty. They haven't given up a lot, but I just like that power play to just operate a little more. But as you know, it's hard to figure out why it works sometimes and others it doesn't.
Devils win the draw. Final minute of play here in the first. Luke Hughes from the blue line sees his shot sticked aside by Vasilevsky. It is a mystery, isn't it?
Isn't it, Matty? I mean, I don't care what anybody says. There has to be some breaks to get the puck in the net. I like the fact that Luke Hughes is saying, I'm going to be a shooter. I like guys that can get it through people's legs and into the goal area, and he does that with consistency.
Keisher on the draw. He wins it. Luke with it down the left wing wall, skates along the goal line. Has a little problem with one of the linesmen. Puck comes free. Shot from the blue line by Dylan is tipped off the glass.
See if that had been tipped in, right? But it was off the glass.
Yeah.
I know I'm saying about puck luck, you can't always, control it, but boy, the Devils need some of that.
Sorelli outlets, hoping that Hagel will run after it. Hagel holds part of Dylan and try to step around him. Dylan wouldn't let it happen, and then they go crashing into the boards behind the net. And as the puck comes out in front, all alone was Kucherov, and he buries it. It's 2-0.
Manny, say it again. He buries it. Look at this shot. Sorelli gives it to him, short side, up under the bar. I mean, why? You'd say, why did he have to be there? Why wasn't it somebody else? But what a shot. His 9th of the year. And I don't know what Markey does. Markey's trying to play the percentages, but he's still looking around. Oh, that was a rocket. That was one hard shot.
And the question I have is, why was there no white jersey anywhere near number 86 for Tampa Bay?
Well, yeah, Dylan got pushed down in the corner.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the other D was. That would have been Luke Hughes. And I don't know where the forwards were, but
Well, Gritsuk was in the corner as well. They had Dylan, Luke Hughes, and Gritsuk in deep.
2D down in deep. Yeah, that'll cause problems sometimes, especially when Kucherov's on the ice.
So a killer of a goal late in the period. And the first will come to an end. And the Devils down 2-0. And that one hurts a bit. Markstrom is upset about something. He's still complaining to one of the referees, Jordan Samuels-Thomas. Maybe he thought a hold should have been called on Hagel as he tried to spin around Dylan. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know, Manny, but it's okay. It's a flip out of the zone. And Dylan, I don't think so. I wouldn't want to call on Dylan if he did that. And, because he takes the man, Hagel, Luke gets lured in, thinking, well, the puck will be loose, but there's a second. Sorelli goes in, so there's two Tampa Bay players in the corner. Sorelli gets it, and what's that? It's 5th assist. You know, but I mean, put it right on the stick of Kucherov, who knows the holes. He said, I'm not getting in traffic. If you're looking at the net, he's to the right, and when he gets it, he just rips it upstairs. And so, Matty, not what I expected, not what you expected. Devils, I thought, would play it a little tighter. You think about it. Breakaway goal, a wide open goal there. That's not what they're about. And that's not the way they want to play.
You're not going to play mistake-free, but you can't make a lot of mistakes and expect to win. So there's some cleanup work to be done for the Devils. So on Monday, that's November 24th, the Devils return home and take on the Detroit Red Wings. Secure your seats now at NewJerseyDevils.com/tickets. When we come back, we'll begin the Citizens Intermission Report. You'll hear my interview with Marty Brodeur. As Marty's in the Hockey Hall of Fame, but he's also going into the New Jersey Hall of Fame, a special moment for a guy born in Quebec, but of course he did wonderful things while in the Garden State, and he goes in with an illustrious class. We'll talk about that and more when we come back. After 1, it's Tampa Bay 2, the Devils nothing. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
The New Jersey Devils are all about scoring goals and making saves, and so is Citizens. Reaching a financial goal might not get the crowd on their feet like a hat trick. Just like in hockey, having a solid team behind you makes the win sweeter and much more likely. A partner like Citizens will help fans make sense of their money so they can face off against anything coming their way. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/devils. Member FDIC. NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get New Jersey Devils tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the New Jersey Devils and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Devils. Want to know the best way to find parking for Devils games? It's easier than you think. Now with Park Mobile, you can easily reserve a parking spot for every Devils game. So you just drive right to the lot and have a guaranteed spot waiting for you. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or in the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, don't put your parking on ice. Score a hat trick by reserving your spot with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
This is Zach McEwen. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
This is the Citizens Intermission Report, spending time with Marty Brodeur, who on Friday will go into the New Jersey Hockey Hall of Fame. Congratulations on that honor. Obviously, you're in other halls of fame as well, but this is about Jersey, and you were born in Jersey, but I'm just wondering when you kind of became Jersey, if you will.
It's kind of overwhelming a little bit. Obviously, didn't expect to get a phone call from New Jersey Hall of Fame. Because I'm not, like you just said, I'm not from New Jersey, but I spend a lot of time, kind of created some great moments in New Jersey, and really excited and really actually touched by this, I would say, award or whatever that is. It's something special, how Jersey's got tons of people around the United States that are really popular, that really made an impact, and so the fact that I'll be part of that is kind of pretty cool.
It's the 17th Hall of Fame induction for the New Jersey Hall of Fame, and you're going in with a pretty sweet class. Sidney McLaughlin-Lavroni, one of the great track and field performers of all time, looking for gold in the upcoming Olympic Games in Los Angeles. The Jonas Brothers are going in, but they were born and raised in Jersey, as you talked about. You were born in Quebec, and you made a mark in Jersey. What impact did you think you did have? Because, Jersey, we're very protective of our Jerseyans, and yet you were accepted into the brotherhood, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what I think is so great, not being from Jersey, but obviously being, playing for the Devils for so long, making my family, like all my 5 kids were born in New Jersey, played my whole career to a certain extent in New Jersey, the success we had, so definitely people thought that was worthy of it somehow, but I'm excited. I think my daughter's more excited about the Jonas Brothers than coming to see me do my speech, that's for sure.
You know where you stand in that situation. Kenny Danico tells a funny story about he didn't know Jersey because the team had just come in to being it. It just moved from Colorado. The team was around for a while when you got drafted, but did you have any idea what Jersey was about or what the Devils were about? I'm just curious what a young Marty Brodeur thought when he knew he was going to the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, you know what? I definitely got some interviews before I got drafted with the Devils and kind of looked up the team a little bit, but I didn't know where exactly it was located, because it's a state, it's not a city. And so, I wasn't really sure where in New Jersey, the team was located. But when I remember the first time I flew in for my training camp and kind of looked, and I'm like, wow, New York City's right there. You didn't expect that, so it was kind of pretty cool, but didn't know much about New Jersey. And I think obviously, I spent a couple more years in juniors, and I got the call to play in the NHL and really embraced the whole Jersey life. I think made some great friends along the way, and so it's been really good.
It has been very good, obviously, and again, congratulations on the upcoming honor. I'm just wondering as you fly in, anyone who flies into Jersey, you fly over an industrial area, you fly over a big city, and then you see New Jersey in the shadows of New York City, and it takes a while for people to get what New Jersey's about. I say, if you can stay here for just a little bit, you'll figure it out. We have everything, mountains and farmland and Jersey Shore, etc. But I'm wondering, when you kind of figured out, all right, this is maybe not what the image is. This is better because, as you said, 5 children, you made a home here.
Yeah, I didn't have an idea. It's not like somebody who lives somewhere else and says, oh, Jersey's this. I didn't know any better. And so I loved it right from the get-go. We lived in Essex County, in West Orange area. And, for all, like I said, from school to big golfer, from the golf courses, for how easy it is to commute, especially for a hockey player. It's probably one of the best places to play because everything's right there. The airport's close, and you play the Rangers, play the Islanders, you play the Flyers so many times, and just your life makes it a lot easier to be in New Jersey. And so I embraced it right from the get-go. Obviously, success kind of helped early on, and I just decided to make Jersey my home for the longest time.
Lastly, do you have a speech prepared? I'm not sure how the inductions go. Generally, the inductees get to say something. I'm wondering what your thoughts might be. Have you gotten to that point?
Yeah, I kind of prepared something with Pete, kind of helped me out a little bit. But,
that would be Pete Albies, who does so much for the New Jersey Devils.
It's one of those things. I think I'm going to get inducted about 200 feet away from where we won all our Stanley Cups, and so it kind of plays into that a little bit. So it's I only have to do 1 minute, and so my speech is about 1:20, so I might get pulled out of the stage. So I gotta skim it down a little bit, trim it down a little bit.
You never got hooked or all that often when you were playing. They won't give you the hook on Friday night. Marty, congratulations again. Enjoy it, and thanks for sharing your thoughts.
All right, thank you.
Marty Brodeur joining us on the Citizens Intermission Report. More after this on the Devils Hockey Network. $10,000 with the Golden Goal Sweepstakes, brought to you by PlayStar, the official online casino of the New Jersey Devils. Join PlayStar today and you'll enjoy a deposit bonus of up to $500, along with up to 500 free spins. Find more ways to play like a champion with hundreds of the hottest games, including blackjack, roulette, and the best slots in New Jersey. Download the app or search playstar.com and be the star. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 21 or older and within the state of New Jersey to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
The New Jersey Devils are all about scoring goals and making saves, and so is Citizens. Reaching a financial goal might not get the crowd on their feet like a hat trick. Just like in hockey, having a solid team behind you makes the win sweeter and much more likely. A partner like Citizens will help fans make sense of their money so they can face off against anything coming their way. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/devils. Member FDIC.
This is Juho Lammikko. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Back here in Tampa, Florida, and the home team leads 2-0 after 1 as the Devils' road trip continues after a break to go home following the win against Washington. 2 more on this trip, Thursday against Florida, Saturday versus Philadelphia. Both of those games, 7 o'clock starts, with our coverage beginning at 6:50 here on the Devils Hockey Network. Well, how did we get to a 2-0 Tampa Bay lead? Well, let's rewind the clock for some highlights from the first period, and it will start with Brendan Dillon. Not so much a surprise, but left the game a little bit on Saturday and didn't skate yesterday with the team, but he was in the lineup tonight and trying to get the Devils going. Here's Brendan Dillon, slap shot off of Vasilevsky. It bounces to his right. He finds it finally. From our perspective, Chico, I thought it was going to go over his shoulder and in. It sure looked like it, but no, it instead landed to Vasilevsky's right. He was able to get it before anyone else could, and so the game stayed scoreless. Devils out shooting Tampa Bay 14-7 in the first, but it would be Tampa on a mistake by the Devils taking the lead. Just called up along with Santini from Syracuse. He dumps it in. Tampa Bay makes a change. Here's Dawson Mercer across the line. Still looking for our first goal. Turnover by the Devils. Here comes Kensel. Chalowski racing back, and Kensel able to score. Yeah, it was just a pass with not enough room and too many bodies too close. And off to the races went Jake Gensel, making it 1-0 at 11:40. An unassisted goal, his 9th of the season. And Tampa had the lead. The Devils 0 for 2 on the power play. And so as the period started to wind down, you thought, well, if the Devils aren't going to score, at the very least, you don't want to give up a second. Unfortunately, there was another bit of a breakdown. Sorelli outlets, hoping that Hagel will run after it. Hagel holds part of Dillon and tried to step around him. Dillon wouldn't let it happen, and then they go crashing into the boards behind the net. And as the puck comes out in front, all alone was Kucherov, and he buries it. It's 2-0. His 9th of the season, and what happened on the play was the puck was lifted out of the zone for Hagel to run underneath it. And as he tried to step around Dillon, maybe there was a hole, but there's also a thought that maybe, and this is why Jacob Markstrom might have been upset that an icing should have been called, but there was none. And then the puck comes loose to the corner. Devils have 2 men there. Dillon is still tangled behind the net. Luke Hughes and Arseny Gritsuk are near the puck. That left an open man in front, and Sorelli just kind of blindly passed it in front, but, it worked. He's been a teammate of Kucherov's for a while, and so next thing you know, Kucherov scores his 9th of the season, and it comes at 19:38, and it's 2-0 after 1. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard presented by Premio Sausage, real Italian sausage, real Italian taste, the way sausage should be. St. Louis and Toronto, a couple of teams who have scuffled, to say the least, in the early part of the season. They're in Toronto, and they're tied at 1 after 1. Jake McCabe tying it up for Toronto with a goal at 5:36. That was after the goal scoring was opened by St. Louis. Nathan Walker was credited with the goal. It was an own goal. It came at a minute 50 in. Willie Nylander batted the puck out of the air, just tried to knock it down, and he knocked it in. And so St. Louis had the lead, but Toronto has tied it up at 1 after 1. Also after 1, Seattle, based on Jordan Eberle's 8th goal of the season, has a 1-0 lead over Detroit. Elsewhere tonight in the National Hockey League, they'll start in just a little bit in Dallas, where the Stars entertain the New York Islanders. Columbus visits the Winnipeg Jets. Chicago plays host to Calgary. The Vegas Golden Knights home to the New York Rangers, and the night runs out with the Utah Mammoth skating in San Jose against the Sharks. Sign up today for Devils Alerts to receive mobile and email alerts for tickets and offers, pre-sales, promotions, news, events, surveys, and more. So much. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/Devils Alerts. We'll take a time out. We'll come back with the start of the second period after this. Devils trailing 2-0 after 1. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network. The New Jersey Devils are all about scoring goals and making saves, and so is Citizens. Reaching a financial goal might not get the crowd on their feet like a hat trick, but just like in hockey, having a solid team behind you makes the win sweeter and much more likely. A partner like Citizens will help fans make sense of their money so they can face off against anything coming their way. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/devils. Member FDIC. NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get New Jersey Devils tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the New Jersey Devils and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Devils.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan, 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how's Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Dennis Cholosky. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Teams back out on the ice, getting ready to start the second period. Tampa Bay leads by a score of 2-0. Devils with 14 shots on Andrei Vasilevsky. 4 players with 2 shots apiece. Stefan Nason, Shimo Nemitz, Paul Cotter, and Arseny Gritsuk. Nico winning 8 of 10 faceoffs. Devils won 62% of the draws. He won 80 himself. 2 shots apiece for Gensel and for Kucherov of the 7 by Tampa Bay. So mistakes costing the Devils in the first period. They'll have to clean that up and find a way to get to their game. As we look across the way, Sheldon Keefe is speaking with the linesman, and going back to that thought, perhaps he was upset thinking that an icing should have been called on the play that led to the Kucherov goal. Haven't seen a replay. There was a pretty good race on the play. And maybe he's got an argument. It was close enough, at least, for the lines persons to give him an audience. And tonight now, Brendan Dillon speaking with Steve Barton, one of the linesmen, trying to get a little bit of an explanation. I'm sure it's one that he disagrees with. At any rate, Jacob Markstrom in the goal to our left, Andrei Vasilevsky in the goal to our right. The Hischier line will start things. Brendan Hagel will be out for the opening faceoff for Tampa Bay. Not sure what the delay is now, but it looks like we're ready. Players are ready. Are the officials ready? I guess they are.
I found out Markey was upset. 2 things could have happened. One was somebody thought it was icing.
Yeah.
But the other one was Hagel pushes the foot out from Luke Hughes. That could have been a penalty if you watch it. And that maybe set up the play. I don't know.
So we're underway here, and that goal came late in the period from Kucherov and made it 2-0. Hagel around the near side wall for Mosier, chips it to Cirelli, fires it up ahead to Kucherov, plays it back to Radish, who carries it across the line. Now it's Hagel between the circles. His shot goes off a stick and wide. It's popped up in the air, gloved to the corner by Dillon, now centered, and Brad is the only one there, thankfully, for the Devils as he outlets ahead for Hischier. Hischier across the line, slows down, he's in the near circle. Devils skating left to right in their road whites with the red and black trim. Now here comes Mosier leading the attack across the line. Lays the puck off. Here's a shot that's deflected off the glass. That came from Hagel. And finally it's Nemitz with it. At the blue line. Now for Connor Brown. Comes across. He's in deep. Watched by Lilleberg. Brown returning to the lineup off a 7-game absence with an upper body injury. In front of the Devils bench, it's Siegenthaler. Down low for Mercer. Tips it off the wall to himself. Tries to bank one to Brown. But Lilleberg intercepts. One of the few Norwegian natives to play in the National Hockey League. Now here's a shot that kind of rolls off the stick. Pass out in front by Lilleberg. If he wrapped around, he's going to score. But he looked for Gensel.
And Brown was there to intercept. Good play, back check by Connor Brown.
Now it's Charles-Edouard Dastou with it. Up for Gonzalez. Across the line looking for Gensel. Tampa Bay making a change on the Devils clear. Could have too many men on the ice. Nothing is called, and now here's Gage Gonzalez with it. Backhands ahead. Played by James. Gives it off. Gets the pass back. Tips it wide of net. Behind the goal, it's played now to Gord, whose shot is deflected away. That was Gensel with the pass. Gord with the shot, and the puck goes out of play.
And Markstrom didn't even see it, Matt. He had two of his own men and one Tampa Bay Lightning in front of him. So that was a break. But again, Devils are playing okay, Matty, but I got to tell you, Tampa Bay is playing much better than they did the last time they were here. But here's the good news, folks. So don't lose hope. They led 2-0 against Vancouver, and then they gave up 5 or 6. So Devils still have an opportunity to do that, but they just got to get a few more high-quality scoring chances. They're getting shots, so I'd like to see a little higher quality.
Off the draw, puck played to the corner. Now it's Palat trapping it inside the blue line. Angles one for Luke Hughes. So many people, when we come to Tampa, and they're Lightning fans, they're saying, oh, we wish we could get Andre back. They loved him, 2-time Stanley Cup winner. Now the puck comes loose. It's jammed toward the blue line, off the stick of Luke Hughes, and it rolls free. Now here's Palat. Puck goes off of his stick. Chipped in by Glendening, taken by Bjorkstrand. Around it goes, but not out. Dillon with a shot. That's blocked away by Vasilevsky. One and done for the Devils as the puck is cleared to center ice.
Yeah, a lot of that, Matty, one and done. They're not getting the sustained pressure they'd like. Here we go.
Bradford Heischer in deep. Shot and a glove save by Vasilevsky.
Well, nice play over on the left side. Heischer's going in. Brad, sharp play. But Heischer's getting a little pressured. And like I say, Vasilevsky looks sharp tonight, Matty. He does. He's gotten some breaks, but he also looks like he's on top of the puck. Maybe not handling it. He's made a few mistakes. But his glove was out in front of him there and made a really nice save. And the Devils would like more sustained action, but I don't know what always dictates that. I don't think it's not that they're not trying to forecheck and create that, but they just haven't been able to.
Face off to the right of Vasilevsky, and who's been chased? Braden Point. Yep.
Crowd's still not really into it, are they?
No. Despite the 2-0 lead. Heischer wins another face-off, won 80% in the first period. 8 of 10, and increases his total with that win. But it's Tampa with the puck. It bounces off a stick. Here's a chance. Oh, Siegenthaler's drive is blocked. As it was Mosier stepping in front. Now Kucherov tries to get it to Hegel. Pass intercepted. Devils on the counter. Heischer across the line, right wing side, at the hash marks, finds Nemitz drive, and that buckled the man in front. Radish blocked it. He's down and slow to get up as it's cleared into the Devils' end.
Well, what a giveaway by Hegel, Matty. But again, the Devils just couldn't finish it off.
Now the Devils come back across there in deep. Pass out in front. It's deflected off the glove of Vasilevsky. Now taken by Cotter. He stripped to the puck by Kucherov, and Tampa Bay clears.
Another rebound there. Not many, but you know, Vasilevsky got that stick out there. He's very active with that tonight.
Mosier to the neutral zone for Kucherov, one of the goal scorers tonight. He's slowed down by Glendening. Devils come away with it. And here's Dadonov with it. In front it goes, and wiping out on the play is Paul Cotter. Puck sailed wide of him, and he was tangled with a Tampa Bay player.
And yeah, there got to be a whistle as soon as the Devils touch the puck, because the net is almost against the backboard, so that wasn't going to happen if the Tampa Bay didn't have the puck. And I don't know, was it a trip, Matty? You know,
I don't think so. I think he just banged into Steven Santini, and Santini banged him back.
Well, there again, you know, Siegenthaler jumps up. He's the one that gets that turnover. And boy, I mean, he's so good defensively, but you know, the difference, Siegenthaler or Kucherov, going to be a different shot taken. Another good save. Devils, they're doing okay, you're right, Matty, but when you're saying one and done, there's no rebound. There's no secondary opportunity for the Devils, and that's what Vasilevsky is loving right now.
Face off to the left of Jacob Markstrom, and another win for the Devils as Lamico wins the draw, and the Devils will skate it up. Brendan Dillon plays it near side to Luke Hughes. Bounces a pass off the wall for Stefan Nason, and now Nason lifts it in on net. A bouncer handled by Vasilevsky. Took his time, then swept it toward a teammate, turned it over, but the Devils sent it
wide. They would have scored because he gave that up and he shouldn't have.
Yeah,
he tried to trick the Devils, but they didn't fall for it.
And now we get a whistle, and it's a roughing penalty coming up. There's going to be a call from Jordan Samuels-Thomas.
New Jersey 11. 2 minutes for roughing.
That I didn't see. We're going to look at it here, but... Oh, my... Oh, come on. He pushes Lilleberg. Matty, if that's going to be roughing, let's just make it a no-check league. I mean, that's just a little pushing after the play. Oh, my. But nevertheless, what does count is the Devils down 2-0, now have to kill off a penalty.
It wasn't the most egregious foul in the world. Little jab to the jaw, but it was called by Samuels-Thomas, and the Devils down a man for the first time. Good start, they clear it. Tampa Bay, 29th on the power play, 0 for 9 over their last 3. That has been such a hallmark of their success over the last 13 years under John Cooper. But no Steven Stamkos. Now, they have him with them for a couple of years, but that's a big difference maker.
Well, him and Hedman.
Here's Radish. He goes to Kucherov, looks to center. It's picked off and cleared by Luke Hughes.
And, you know, you miss Hedman, but he doesn't have a goal yet. He's got like 9 assists, Matty, so he's moving the puck. But you're right, when they were hot, Hedman, Stamkos, oh, boy, they had some big firepower at the time.
Minute 10 to go in the penalty kill. Here comes Point across the line. Finds Kucherov, drops it off to Radish. Now near side for Bjorkstrand. Back to Radish, cross ice. Centering pass for Point. Shot save. Rebound loose at the top of the crease. Cleared but not out. Radish keeps it alive. Now it's Kucherov with it. Snaps it to the corner for Gensel. Back to Kucherov. Now to Gensel in the right wing corner. Soft toss in front for Point. Now it comes to Radish. He rips one off the post. Just that close. Devils come away with it. Here's Connor Brown. Brown's got a shorty this season. One of the 4 for the Devils. Lifts it wide of net. Glove down by Vasilevsky. With puck movement there by Tampa Bay and that beautiful sound of the puck off the post. 23 to go in the power play. Dastuke for Kucherov. Down low, bottom of the far circle. Comes cross ice for Bjorkstrand. Rips one on that stick save made by Markstrom. Puck cleared up, not out. Dastuke keeps it alive for Kucherov. 5 to go in Neeson's minor. Here's Bjorkstrand. Top of the near circle. Looks around, snaps one high over the head of Markstrom. It rolls toward the blue line. Dastuke protects. Out of the box is Nason. Devils have killed it off. It remains 2-0 in favor of Tampa Bay.
Oh, some close calls there, but it doesn't matter. They didn't score. And the goalpost was a big factor for the Devils.
And now we're skating 5 aside. Timo Meier looks up as he accepts the pass from Dougie Hamilton. Moves across, hands it off to Cotter. Slides it down low, picked up by Vasilevsky. Hands it off, and Tampa Bay exits the zone. Here's Mosier. Now for Gonzalez. Tries to go cross ice to Hagel. Devils deflected to the corner. Hagel there. Backhands around. 12.5 to go in the second. 2-0. Tampa Bay in front. Both goals coming in the first. Puck played out of the corner in front looking for Cirelli. Sails through the crease. And now the Devils poke it up ahead. And here comes Cotter. Down the right wing side. Checked hard by Mosier as the puck comes free. 17 shots for the Devils, 11 for Tampa Bay, but they've gotten goals from Gensel and Kucherov. Their stars have come out, each with their 9th of the season tonight. Vasilevsky. You heard some of the conversation down low. One was leave it, and then as a Devil was racing on, Vasilevsky had to get rid of it. Mosier was hoping to pick up that puck saying leave it, but there was pressure from the Devils. Here comes Hischier. Drops it off now. Nemitz in deep still with it. Centers, and it sails through the crease. It goes off the stick, and the Devils come out. Boy, Nemitz has been all over the place, up and down the ice tonight.
And he's on the right side. He could shoot it. He throws it across, man. I thought they were going to catch the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Dastu with a wrist shot that hit something or someone, perhaps Markstrom in front. There was a pile of bodies there. Here's Brett across the line. Top of the far circle. Banks went around. Nobody there for the Devils. And so Tampa Bay gains control. Some pressure here by the Devils. Lilleberg checked by Brett. Works the puck free to Hischier. Protects along the far wall. Now to the blue line. A quick shot by Siegenthaler, just driving it in deep so he could get off for a change. And now it's cleared off the glass and out of play.
Well, Devils are holding their own. Nemec could have either shot, but I like the pass. I'd have to see the replay, how it didn't get to a Devil. A Devil was wide open on the back door, but so was the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he must have gotten a stick on it. Anyway, Devils down 2-0, just what it was when we started this period, and 10:54 to go in the second. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
An orthopedic surgeon can replace a damaged joint, but they can't replace time. For you, or for the person who has to drive you around. That's why you need a surgeon who's close to home. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have the specialized care you need to get moving again. Do it right. Here. Visit rwjbh.org/ortho. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
This is Brendan Dillon. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
You're a goalie, so we got a goalie question for our quiz tonight. Okay. And we want to know who was the youngest goaltender in franchise history, Devils franchise history, to pick up their first career shutout. It is not Marty Brodeur, I will tell you that. He's second youngest. Who's number one? We'll give you the answer a little later on. Off the draw, here's Luke Hughes with a shot, save, no rebound. Meyer was nearby.
But he got it through again, man. He's on the right wall. He's still playing his off wing. He dances in. You know, Luke Glendening did a really good job, though. He got himself in position where he screened so the Tampa Bay Lightning checker couldn't get to Luke Hughes. And Luke's getting them through, but no rebounds, no tips.
Off the draw, it's Tampa Bay in control. Stretch pass off the stick of Gensel, and we got a penalty coming up. It's going to be a hook, and it's going to be on Luke Hughes.
Oh, my. Boy. Again, I didn't see that one, but...
New Jersey penalty number 43. 2-minute minor hooking.
Oh. Well, I don't know, Matt. He does throw his stick. Is it under the arm of the attacking player, Gensel? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he did catch him. Watch Gensel's arm there as it gets yanked a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't complain, so I'm going with Luke. If Luke thinks it was one.
And so the Devils down a man for the second time in this game and in this period. Tampa Bay looking to extend the lead as they try to filter one in front for a point. It's blocked away. Kucherov now to Radish. Now it's the Bjorkstrand. His shot is blocked by Dillon to the corner. Puck recovered by the Lightning, leading 2-0. Kucherov and Gensel scoring in the first. Centering pass and the redirect by Point goes wide. Hit a body to the side of the net. Here's Bjorkstrand. Goes cross ice, picked off by Hamilton. Sweeps it off the far wall. They were looking for that backdoor play for Gensel. Now it comes to Bjorkstrand. Has trouble handling it. Recovers along the near wall with 1:18 to go in the power play. Kucherov toward Radish. Rolls loose. Radish gets it back. Top of the far circle. Now for Kucherov. For Bjorkstrand. Top of the left wing circle. The Kucherov, the one-timer, and a save made on the tip by Gensel. Gensel checking his stick. Make sure it's not cracked. It isn't. He plays on. So does the Tampa power play. Here's a centering pass for Point. His shot blocked away. Good work by Hamilton. Now Radish out high for Kucherov. Centers for Point. Tips it to Radish. Radish out high. Looks around. Down low. They score. He found Gensel at the side of the net. And it's 3-0.
Well, I mean, I know how good Kucherov is. But Matty, he runs that power play. So if you're looking at it, he's over on the right side. He's ready for one-timers. But if you go at him, he'll throw it right into the middle to Point, which is a really good play. But this time that's taken away. So it goes to Radish, and he's right dead center. But Gensel, who's playing that open side, the left side, if you're looking at the net, and the puck is right on his stick, and it's not a shot, it's just a shovel. But, those are good power play goals, and only a second power play goal of the season, which is surprising, I guess. But unfortunately, it's happened tonight. Yeah, makes it 3-0, his second goal of the game. And now the deficit grows larger. Glendening, the former Tampa Bay Lightning, backhands in deep. Cotter can't handle. Glendening gets it back. Now it comes around to the near side. Chases on. Tampa Bay able to clear. Glendening spent the last 2 seasons in Tampa Bay, signing with the Devils as a PTO and making the club out of camp. Carlisle from center ice dumps it in. Devils pick it up. Here's Nemitz with it. Well, that changes things, certainly, doesn't it, dramatically? 3-0, you got to open up a little bit more. Well, I thought you were going to say that's the worst league in hockey. That's Stan Fisher. No, that is, you're right, Matty. They got to start opening it up. And they got to get some luck. I mean, they're around the net. But it's just like you said, it's kind of been one and done tonight. Puck in the Devils' end. Stay with us for the Citizens Intermission Report. You'll hear my interview with Steven Santini, former Devils draft pick. Spent the first part of his career with the Devils, and since then's moved on to a few places, now landing with the Tampa Bay organization for the last few. Well, the other thing is, Matty, we talked about special teams. The Devils had 2 power play chances, in the first period, which is a big advantage, but they really didn't do a whole lot with it. No, and then there were some mistakes, too, on the first goal. An errant pass led to the breakaway, and then some coverage. And it might have been debated whether it was offside or whether there was a trip, but too many men were down low, and Kucherov was wide open in front. Nice pass by Cirelli to get it to him. Oh, it was. Brown behind the net, backhands in front, goes off the skate, went off the skate of Meyer. Now it's out to the neutral zone for Kucherov. Comes across the line, lays it to the blue line. Now it's Mosier faking the shot. Nice recovery by Dawson Mercer, preventing the shot. Radish to Kucherov. Out high to Cirelli, back to Kucherov, plays it off his skate, gets a pick, moves in with a shot, that's knocked down, and it's underneath Jacob Markstrom, as jabbing at it was Moser, will have a face-off. Well, this is what you don't like. If you remember, and you would in the last game, the Tampa Bay Lightning are down a goal. They have a power play, and Kucherov on the right point throws a soft backhand in the middle. Devils pick it off, go down and score. Game over. But tonight, Matty, that guy's on fire. He wants that puck, and when he gets it, oh my, he's doing some marvelous things with it. And the Devils have got to not only counter that, but find a way to get some pucks in the net themselves. 3-0. And Devils are trailing, 6:56 to go. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential's rock-solid expertise is designed to help you reach your goals. After all, no matter where you are in life, you've got something to protect. Visit Prudential.com today and see how we can help you.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Jake Allen. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
Season of Steals is happening now. Don't miss out on getting incredible exclusive deals on Devils tickets to upcoming home games this season. For more information, visit NewJerseyDevils.com/Season of Steals. Devils trailing 3-0 here in the second. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard in a moment. We can tell you that Dalibor Dvorsky has scored his third of the year for St. Louis, and they're tied at 2 against Toronto.
Toronto's lost 5 straight. Panic up there.
Both of those teams hurting.
Well, especially Toronto, because it's the hockey mecca of the world, and I saw all that they were trying to do to change that.
Here's Tampa Bay in deep. Carlisle turned aside. Now a drive from the blue line. Save, and it's poked away by Markstrom. And here comes Siegenthaler. Brad Treliving addressed the media yesterday. Blame me. I put this team together and this coaching staff. We'll work to get out of it.
Oh, yeah. But what's he going to say?
Well, he could have said, I'm firing the coach.
Or myself. Because they don't have a real good squad up there, and especially with Matthews injured. They just don't. They lost Marner. Here we go.
Oh, Hagel's got a step on Cholowski. He's in deep. Slides one cross ice for Mosier. He runs into Markstrom as Markstrom steered the shot wide. And now the Devils come back the other way. Devils catching a break there. Credit Jacob Markstrom.
And Markstrom roughed him up a little bit. I love that. Little goalie face rub. Well, it's not. It's the back of the neck, actually. But I don't think people realize how feisty Markstrom is. This is a nice thing. But, I mean, Matty, that guy, he is all in when he plays. And he was there. Because, again, Moser doesn't stop. I mean, he's driving the net, and I don't blame the goalie to give him a little shot from behind. It used to be you really were careful going into the crease, but not as much anymore.
Face-off in Tampa Bay's end, 5:31 to go. 3-0 here in the second. The Lightning lead. Gensel with 2. And Kucherov the other for the Lightning. Here's a turnover by Tampa Bay. Pass for Brett by Hischier. Poked away. Kept alive at the blue line by Hughes. Now for Hischier drive. Oh, what a glove save by Vasilevsky.
That got the crowd fired up, didn't it, Matty? Well, that's what I say. Vasilevsky coming off a frustrating game. But boy, is he playing big. I mean, and again, not like 5 or 6 or 10 incredible saves, but that one there should have been a goal. Nico Hischier just unleashed it one-timer. He can't believe it's not in the back of the net either. So the drought continues for the Devils. They're down 3-0. 5:15 to go here in the second period, and you are listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential's rock-solid expertise is designed to help you reach your goals. After all, no matter where you are in life, you've got something to protect. Visit Prudential.com today and see how we can help you. You know, whenever I drive in for a Devils game, I know exactly where I'm going to park because I reserve my spot ahead of time with Park Mobile. I don't have time to drive around looking for parking. I just use the Park Mobile app to easily reserve the spot I want. Then I drive right to that lot and there's a guaranteed spot waiting for me. It's easy. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or on the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, book your spot before you leave the house with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
This is Luke Hughes. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Devils trail 3-0, 5:15 to go in the second. Elsewhere around the NHL, St. Louis and Toronto tied at 2 there in the second. Dalibor Dvorsky tying it up with his third goal of the season for the Blues. Islanders are playing as off the draw. Puck rolls in on Vasilevsky. They're scoreless in the first as they're in action on the road. Long road trip continues in Dallas. Winnipeg leads 1-0 in the first over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Detroit's just taken a 3-2 lead at home over Seattle. And later on, it's Chicago hosting Calgary, the Rangers in Vegas, Utah at San Jose. Bratt with a shot blocked out high, and Hagel will pick it up. Out-of-town Scoreboard brought to you by Premio Sausage. Here's Bratt off a turnover for Heischer. Now it's the Luke Hughes challenge from behind. Keeps going, has it in the corner. Down behind the goal it goes for Bratt. Out high to Nemitz. Now for Hughes. Here's Luke with it on the backhand. Moves to the circle. Sends one wide. And now Gord will handle. So we'll have to keep an eye on some of the defense pairings here. Here's Bratt with a takeaway in with a shot saved by Vasilevsky.
Now, this is the kind of play we want to see out of the Devils, right? Puck possession. About 3 or 4 good chances, although Bratt got robbed.
Looking down on the bench, there seems to be an open space. And checking the information we get from the league, no Brendan Dillon.
Oh, that's too bad.
I saw Nemitz and Luke Hughes out there. I said, that's not a usual combo, although maybe you're looking for a little something, a little spark.
No.
But there's that extra gap on the bench, always telling. Take away at center ice by the Devils. Here's Brown in. Looks to go cross ice. He was looking for Mercer. It's blocked away by Lilleberg. And the puck is cleared. Point with it. Knocked away by Cholowski. Good stick work by Dennis Cholowski. Now it's center ice. It's rolled back in by Mosier. 3:34 to go. In the second, Devils trailing 3-0. Across the state we go after the game. The Devils take on the Florida Panthers on Thursday. We'll have it for you beginning at 6:50 right here on the Devils Hockey Network. Point. Drops it off. Kucherov to the blue line for Radish. Moves to his right with a shot. Save made. Blockering it out of play is Jacob Markstrom.
Well, you know, Matty, obviously we can go with the Devils. You'd like to get them 1 goal. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that trivia now?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's do that.
So the question is, the youngest goaltender in franchise history to record a shutout is who? Marty Brodeur, number 2. And this guy played for both the Devils and Tampa Bay. And we all know him, but you know him better than me, and that is Sean Burke.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Just past his 21st birthday, shut out Pittsburgh 4-0, March 29th, 1988. Marty was some 100 days older than that when he shut out Anaheim on October 20th of 1993. And then who knew that he'd go on to over 100 shutouts after that.
Well, that's what's amazing. No one's going to ever beat that record. I mean, Sean Burke looked like he was going to be the goalie of the future. And he got traded to Hartford. Anyway, here comes the the Lightning.
And a snapper by Bjorkstrand, gloved by Markstrom. Yeah, that was a big deal with Burke going to Hartford.
It was, and that was a Lou Lamoriello era. Lou was always pulling some surprises. And Berkey had a great career wherever he played. And Marty kind of did too, but that shutout record, Matty, no one. I know they said that about Gretzky's goal streak. No one's going to catch that, but the shutouts are even tougher to get. That many of them, you have to play so many games. The game's changed. Oh, my.
2:44 to go in the second. By the way, you may recall that Sean asked for a trade. He's looking for a little more do-re-mi. Wound up asking for a trade. Devils did okay in that deal. Eric Weinrich went with them to Hartford. Bobby Holik came back in a draft pick that was turned into Jay Pandolfo.
Yeah, that's a good one, Matt. You know, I mean, there were times he wasn't the only one that was looking for a raise, and who said, well, we'll see you later. Claude Lemieux, that happened to him. He did come back, though, but...
Off the draw, Tampa with it at the blue line. It's Radish. Down low it goes. Cholowski pounds it to the far wall. Kept alive by the Lightning. 21 Devil shots, 16 for Tampa Bay, but they got the big 3-0 lead. Here's Hischier. Now it's Luke Hughes with the wrister. That's off the stick of Hagel, and it goes wide. Bounces out in front, cleared by Mosier, lands on the stick of Hischier. Here's Gritsuk with a shot, save, rebound, goes in. It goes off of Vasilevsky. We'll see if it's Hischier who poked it home or it's Gritsuk's goal, but the Devils are on the board.
And a big one with 2:13 to go. I think it's going to be Hischier, but he's fighting with Moser. But here's what we don't know. Did Moser kick it in? Then it would be Gritsuk, Matty. Let's see. Puck's there. Oh, I think it is Gritsuk's because I think Moser trying to tie up Hischier, battling with them, so they both go down in the crease. But you talk about giveaways by the Lightning. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's Gritsuk. And you know what? A great blocker save by Vasilevsky. And it would have went to, if you look at that tonight, it would have went to his right.
The call on the ice is no goal. We'll review the play.
What? Well, they're going to have to look at it.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think it's Hischier with the kick in. No way.
Well, Samuels Thomas just announced that they'll look at it. Bounces in the air off of Vasilevsky.
Oh, you know what? But I'll tell you, Nico Hischier gets it with his right foot, puts it into the crease. I think that's
and then Mosier, I think, gloved it across the line.
Yeah, but that's... Right, that wouldn't be a no goal. I mean, it's going to be a goal. There you see. Oh, great play by Nico Hischier. He doesn't kick it. He just lays it into the crease.
And I'm confused because Jordan Samuels announced the call was no goal, but he's in the video behind the net pointing at the puck. So it was called a goal.
I think it's going to be. But, you know, the referees want to make sure and keep the crowd happy or whatever. But I saw nothing illegal being done by the Devils. We'll go look at it again. Blocker across. And I think it hits Mosier. I mean, I looked. Was it a hand pass here?
Hischier gets his glove on it, then he kicks it, so it's...
And it was just going in the crease. It wasn't going in the net. It's Mosier going down, puts it in with his left foot. I don't know, man. I don't see how they can wave that off, but...
The review continues.
Because it wasn't kicked in the net.
No, and it was gloved down to himself, Hischier.
After video replay, it was determined that Tampa number 90 finished the puck into the goal. Therefore, we have a good goal for New Jersey.
And that is the right call, and it should be Nico Hischier's goal as he gets congratulations along the Devils bench.
Yeah, but Gritsuk shot on net on the blocker. I mean, two great plays. But again, we've talked about Gritsuk's ability to get it on net. Matty, he just knows where that goal is at 4x6. And then Mosier battling is nobody's fault here except what a great play. Nico Hischier could see the puck, but he's all tied up. But he takes his right foot and he pushes it across the crease. It's not going in, so he doesn't propel it into the goal, but Mosier going down, knocks it in with his glove, and that's just what the Devils needed.
And it comes just after Hischier was denied on a point-blank slap shot.
Yeah.
Where Vasilevsky did the splits and gloved it. And Hischier's first goal in 7 games, his 4th of the season. And boy, did the Devils need that.
And let's see, will it turn it around? I don't care what it does this period. It's going to really help going into the third, though.
Devils pull within 2. Here's Chalosky. Out high at the left point. Now to Dawson Mercer. Checked on the play by Dastu. And as the puck comes loose, it's Jake Gensel at the red line. Slides it in.
I see
here's a pass out in front. Oh, putting it off the post as he was looking for the Hattie was Jake Gensel.
Woo. Yeah. I was going to say, Tampa Bay's making some mistakes in their own end, which the Devils like, but then the Devils turn and make one. But the goalpost says, no, not this time.
Bakery's open. 2 posts hit by Tampa Bay in this period. One by Radish and there by Gensel. Now is Braden Point with it. Goes far side for Gensel. He's tied up by Siegenthaler. Final minute of play. Stay with us for the Citizens Intermission Report. Heischer taps it to Brad. Moves in. Puts the puck through his legs. Skeets behind the net. Backhands one off of Vasilevsky. Goes wide behind the net. Now Brad along the far side. Angles one for Hamilton with a shot glove saved by Vasilevsky. Devils coming on late.
Yeah, good try by the Devils there. And Siegenthaler with the shortness of defensemen. They've got different partners. But again, Jesper Bratt has a great chance. He goes behind. I'm just saying, Tampa Bay has made a lot of turnovers. Devils haven't been able to capitalize. Well, they did on the one goal they've got. But if this continues in the third, they're going to create some great scoring chances. And then if Gensel can't finish, that helps. I'm encouraged for the third period for these New Jersey Devils, the way they've been coming on.
Still time to be played here in the second. Heischer wins the draw. It's banked to the blue line for Luke Hughes. Now to Gritsuk. Lays it off for Nimitz with a shot and through a screen. The stick save was made by Vasilevsky. Now here's Luke with a wrist shot. Hit a body and then it's grabbed by Vasilevsky and we'll have a face-off.
But what does Nimitz do, Matty? He's under pressure. He gets it on net. And then there's a rebound, so the Devils have a chance to recover, right? Mm-hmm. And they get it. And then it goes to Luke Hughes. He also is shooting it through players on goal. I mean, I just don't want fans to underestimate the ability to get the puck through all those players in front on the goalie. And both Luke Hughes and Nemitz does that.
Devils win the draw. Here's Nemitz. Moves it down low. Brett with a shot from a sharp angle. Stopped by Vasilevsky. And with 15 to go, the Lightning will clear the puck to center ice. Knocked down by Nemitz. Takes it back across the line. Poked away, and it's Hagel with it in the neutral zone. Goes cross ice for Kucherov. In deep centers. It's poked away by Heischer. And that'll do it as the period comes to an end.
Well, the Devils got what they wanted, Matt. I know they're still behind by 2, but you got to remember, Tampa Bay lost the last game at home. They kind of folded in the third. I think they gave up 5 in the third. I'm just saying, psychologically, the Devils might have put some doubt in their minds. Certainly, getting within 2 goals really helps. I mean, that's just a goal each 10 minutes. You know, it's not like you have to score a bunch. So, Devils... and there goes Dylan. He's on the bench, Matty. He's walking in, but maybe just a little banged up somehow. We'll see.
Yeah, was gone for a bit, but good to see him returning late to the bench and then joining his mates in the dressing room for the second intermission. We'll see what happens when the third gets underway. So Heischer with his 4th of the season at 17:47 from Arseny Gritsuk and Jesper Bratt. And the Devils pull within 2 goals tonight for Jake Gensel. He missed the hat trick by firing one off the post. The Devils will take that. Thank you very much. So we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll kick off the Citizens Intermission Report, and you'll hear my interview with Steven Santini, the former Devils draft choice, called up from the farm for the Tampa Bay Lightning to make his season debut. He played just 1 game last year for Tampa Bay. He's the captain down at Syracuse. He talks about that and more, his time with the Devils, and what his family life is like. He's now a dad. My, how time flies. I remember when he was drafted, remember when he broke in, and all the excitement. And it's still exciting to see him. It was nice to say hello this morning, but well, time does march on, and he's matured, and he talks about all that and more during the Citizens Intermission Report. So after 2, it's Tampa Bay 3, the Devils 1. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
For the last 125 years, The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 102 has powered progress and built a brighter future. As we celebrate this incredible milestone, we honor the dedication of our past, the strength of our present, and the promise of our future. Together, we're stronger. Together, we're Local 102.
The New Jersey Devils are all about scoring goals and making saves, and so is Citizens. Reaching a financial goal might not get the crowd on their feet like a hat trick, but just like in hockey, having a solid team behind you makes the win sweeter and
And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
This is Colton White. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
This is the Citizens Intermission Report. I'm Matt Laughlin speaking with Steven Santini, who gets the call up and joins the Tampa Bay Lightning in time for tonight's game. Steven, always good to see you. And we're going to talk a little bit about hockey, but we want to catch up. 30 years old now, time passes. Tell us a little about family life and where that side of your world is.
Yeah, I've obviously grown up a lot since the last time I was in New Jersey. Yeah, I was married when I was there, but now I have a 6-year-old son, a 3-year-old daughter, so I've been with 5 organizations. It's my 10th full year pro, so they say it goes by fast, and I'm kind of living that right now. Yeah, thankful to be with a good organization here in Tampa and with Syracuse. They got a really good partnership. Was recently named captain there, which was a huge honor and a fun opportunity for me and our family. And, last summer I was able to sign a 2-year deal, so, my son's in 1st grade. We can get some roots down there in Syracuse, be there for a couple of years. So, everything's going pretty well for the most part. Just happy to be here.
And so that is the most important part is the family life and where you go from here. But what I love about it is you've not given up clearly on the dream. You're still playing, hoping for moments like this and maybe an extended stay here. What is it inside about hockey and Steven Santini?
I think it's pretty well known. My dad was a rink owner, so I was a rink rat growing up. I think at a young age, I definitely had a love for the game. I think at the end of the day, I'm just a competitive guy. I hold myself to a high standard and try to be the best that I can every season, every off season. Sometimes maybe you don't get the results. Maybe you spend some time in the AHL, but I still enjoy the process. I still enjoy getting better. I still enjoy competing. Hopefully I can do this for a couple more years, knock on wood.
Absolutely. And the other thing is people may not realize, I think those who really follow the sport do, but maybe not everyone. Now, at the AHL level, you can make a decent living, too. Veteran guys are paid pretty well, so you're making money, doing what you love, and keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, like I said, very fortunate. It's... the AAA, I always say to people, what's the AHL? I say it's AAA for baseball, right? It's, guys come up and down every day. For me, I'm on a 2-way contract with, like you said, some generous AHL money and, good health insurance, summers off. It's a good dad life too, so I do love it. It's, they treat us really well in the American League and in this organization in particular. So, like I said, I'm only 30. Hopefully, I still have some more years in there.
Yeah, it's a little bit in my rearview mirror. I wish I could say I was only 30, but enjoy the time. And the last couple, and we'll let you go because you're getting ready for the game. If you could go back 2013, you get drafted by the Devils, Boston College, you're doing well, all those sort of things. Would you tell yourself something different about the journey?
I would say at 30 versus 18, I think just my... how do I word this? My outlook on life is much different. I'm a dad, I'm a husband. In New Jersey, I was healthy scratched a bunch. And I thought that was the biggest adversity I would ever face. And that's nothing compared to what life throws at you. I'm thankful for those opportunities. I loved being a Devil for those 3 seasons. I just think right now my work-life balance is much better. I still work very hard. I still push myself to a standard. I still do all that stuff. But at the end of the day,
I go home, my kids have no idea if I win or lose. They have no idea if I'm +3 with a hat trick or -3 and we get shut out. So I enjoy the process a little bit more, and I don't take it personal. I'm going to have good days, I'm going to have bad days, somewhere in between, and just enjoying it, being a good person, and being a good dad. That's a lot more important than the results, maybe, per se, at the end of the day.
Still keep the notebook?
Still have the notebook. It's not as much ink as it used to get, but I still have it. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, I remember those days. You'd be outside in the hallway marking things down as you were looking to begin and continue your path. Well, the path continues. It's now here in Tampa Bay. Good luck, Stephen. It's always good to see you. You're always kind and generous with your time, and always have a lot of time for you. I'm glad you spent some time with us, and good luck here with Tampa.
Yeah, thank you, and enjoy some sunshine before you guys go back up north.
Oh, we will do that. Stephen Santini joining us on the Citizens Intermission Report. More after this on the Devils Hockey Network.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan, 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how is Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
Want to know the best way to find parking for Devils games? It's easier than you think. Now with Park Mobile, you can easily reserve a parking spot for every Devils game. So you just drive right to the lot and have a guaranteed spot waiting for you. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or in the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, don't put your parking on ice. Score a hat trick by reserving your spot with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
This is Jack Hughes. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
But everyone should have a plan for them. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. With the latest technology and a highly specialized team of nurses, cardiologists, and surgeons, our network offers the most complete heart and vascular care in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
The New Jersey Devils are all about scoring goals and making saves, and so is Citizens. Reaching a financial goal might not get the crowd on their feet like a hat trick, but just like in hockey, having a solid team behind you makes the win sweeter and much more likely. A partner like Citizens will help fans make sense of their money so they can face off against anything coming their way. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/devils. Member FDIC.
Head out to Kachina Calandra Executive Lounge in Fairfield, New Jersey. What, you think Fairfield, Connecticut? No, Fairfield, New Jersey. And that's this coming Thursday for an official Devils viewing party to watch the game against the Panthers at 7 o'clock. Call 973-575-7720 to make your reservation now. And if you can't make it out there and you've got something to do and you're not going to watch it, you can always listen to us here on the Devils Hockey Network. Chico and I will have the call from Sunrise, Florida. Let's see how we got to this point, which shows the Devils trailing 3-1 after 2. Well, Tampa Bay scored twice in the first. Turnover by Dawson Mercer led to an unassisted goal by Jake Gensel, and then late there was some confusion on coverage and a wide open Nikita Kucherov scored at 19:38 to make it 2-0. Into the second we would go. Luke Hughes is off for a hook at 9:18. Tampa Bay's power play goes to work, and this is what happened. Point tips it to Radish. Radish out high, looks around, down low, they score. He found Gensel at the side of the net, and it's 3-0. not really a difficult situation for Gensel. Just kind of put a stick down there and it bounced off and in. He gets credited for his second goal of the night, 10th of the season. Darren Radish, Oliver Bjorkstrand with the assist, and it was 3-0 at that point. But then things got interesting. The Devils played much better in the final half of the second period, and they almost broke through on this play. Here's a turnover by Tampa Bay. Pass for Brett by Hischier. Poked away. Kept alive at the blue line by Hughes. Now for Hischier drive. Oh, what a glove save by Vasilevsky. Nico Hischier robbed. It was a beautiful setup. It was through a screen, but Vasilevsky came up with the save, and you wondered if the hard luck for Nico Hischier was going to continue. Coming into tonight's game, he had not scored in his previous 6 games, but he got another chance a little later on, and the Devils were on the board. Bounces out in front, cleared by Mosier, lands on the stick of Hischier. Here's Gritsuk with a shot, save, rebound, goes in. It goes off of Vasilevsky. We'll see if it's Hischier who poked it home or it's Gritsuk's goal, but the Devils are on the board.
The call on the ice is no goal. We'll review the play.
Well, they're going to have to look at it.
Well, Samuels Thomas just announced that they'll look at it. Bounces in the air off of Vasilevsky.
After video replay, it was determined that Tampa number 90 finished the puck into the goal. Therefore, we have a good goal.
And indeed, it was a good goal. Hischier's 4th of the season at 17:47. Gritsuk and Bratt with the assists, and the Devils with some late life, which they hope they carry over into the third period. The puck went off of Hischier, looked like it went off his glove, dropped to the ice. That was after Vasilevsky made the save. Went off of Nico's skate and was going toward the goal line. It went underneath J.J. Mosier, who was tangled with Hischier in front, but then inadvertently, I'm sure, the momentum of Mosier took his left hand and glove and knocked the puck across the goal line. And so it's a good goal, and the Devils trailing by a score of 3-1. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard. It's presented by our good friends at Premio Sausage, real Italian sausage, real Italian taste. The way sausage should be. St. Louis and Toronto, 2 teams got a world of hurt through the first 20 games or so, and they're tied at 2 in Toronto in the third period. After 2, Detroit leads Seattle by a score of 3-2. Emmett Finney, the rookie, with his 5th goal of the season, a power play goal to snap a 2-2 tie. But 20 more minutes to play in the Motor City. Detroit will be the Devils' opponent on Monday when New Jersey returns home off this 5-game road trip. Elsewhere, after 1, the Islanders and Stars are scoreless. Miles Wood has scored for Columbus, Adam Lowry for Winnipeg, and after 1 in Winnipeg, it's a 1-1 tie between the Jets and the Blue Jackets. No score in the first. Calgary at Chicago. Later on, the Rangers are in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. San Jose plays host to the Utah Mammoth. Devils trailing 3-1 here in Tampa after 2 periods of play, as the Devils look to continue their good play as of late. 4-0-1 in their last 5. They'll have to rally to do so against the Lightning tonight. We'll take a timeout, come back with the third after this. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network. NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get New Jersey Devils tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the New Jersey Devils and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Devils.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
You know, whenever I drive in for a Devils game, I know exactly where I'm going to park because I reserve my spot ahead of time with Park Mobile. I don't have time to drive around looking for parking. I just use the Park Mobile app to easily reserve the spot I want. Then I drive right to that lot and there's a guaranteed spot waiting for me. It's easy. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or on the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, book your spot before you leave the house with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
This is Brendan Dillon, and you are listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
Good to see Brendan Dillon come out for the start of the third period, taking a little bit of a warm-up lap. He missed part of the second, but we did see him return to the bench at the end of the second. And so whatever has been bothering him, obviously it's something that puts him at less than 100%, but he's back out there for the third, and that's certainly beneficial for the Devils as they try to come back from this 3-1 deficit.
Well, the defense, Matty, have been able to get loose. Nemec with some good chances. Luke Hughes with some good chances. And I don't know how the Lightning are going to play, but they're a funky team right now with all those injuries, Matty, and they can be good or they can turn the puck over, and Vasilevsky's been bailing them out. But I'm just saying, if they play like they did the last 10 minutes of the second period, the Devils are going to have lots of scoring chances.
And the Devils are hoping that unfolds before us here in Tampa, Florida. Whether it's for you or the Devils fan in your life, holiday packs are the best gift this holiday season. Build your pack by selecting 5 matchups at Prudential Center and also receive a special edition Nico Hischier bobblehead per seat purchased. As an added bonus, you'll also receive a Devils player autographed item per transaction. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/partial plans to get yours today.
Well, that and, one more chance on the power play for the Devils. Come on. Let's see if they can do a little bit better than they did on the first two. I think they can. But, how many times have we talked about this year, Matty? Devils find a way to win. And that's what they got to do tonight. It's got to be a different kind of unusual way to win, but they can do it.
Looking at the Devils' shot totals, 27 through 2, 3, 6, 9 coming from the blue line. So, yeah, they have been, as you mentioned, active. Devils led by the 4 shots from Arseny Gritsuk. Here's Dillon at center ice as we're underway in the third.
Think he likes playing up on that top line?
Oh, I think so. I think he does. He also has an assist tonight. He's out on the ice as Tampa Bay breaks out. Devils are going to have to get back here. Cirelli in a race with Luke Hughes, who reaches to poke the puck free. Then a centering try is off the stick of Nico Hischier. Here's Kucherov with it. Behind the net for Hagel. Hands it off. Radish with the blast. Went well wide, and Kucherov saw that. He went down to one knee as he was skating behind the net. Saw his life flashing in front of him.
That Radish can shoot it, huh?
He can.
Wow. But not always accurately. Unfortunately, he didn't hit the net there.
And he had a post in the second as the puck gets directed out of play. Devils benefiting from a couple of post shots, one from Gensel, one from Radish.
Yeah.
Surprised you haven't mentioned this, by the way. Dominic James, we talked about him earlier. UMD guy.
I apologize. When did he graduate? I didn't know that.
24, 25.
Oh, yeah. See, I haven't
just
been as close to them recently. Oh, yeah. Good catch, Matty.
He was drafted by Chicago, and I was talking to Dave Mishkin, who does the radio play-by-play for Tampa, and he said his time, like Chicago let him go, and he didn't sign with anybody. And he said they were 4 days into camp before he signed.
This year?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's turned it into an appearance with the big fellas.
Good for him. Yeah. Overachiever. Love it.
From Plymouth, Michigan. Puck dumped wide of net by Meyer. He gives chase. He ties up his man behind the goal. Loose puck grabbed by the Devils. It's worked to the blue line by Brown for Siegenthaler. Back to Connor Brown with a shot that goes wide past the far post. Devils getting Connor Brown, Evgeny Dadonov, and Dougie Hamilton back tonight. Still no Jack Hughes, and of course he'll be gone for quite some time. 8-week recovery period following the surgery on Saturday. That will take him into early January. Tampa with it. Banking it ahead for Gord was Santini, taken away by the Devils. Here's Palat, shot blocked by Santini. Bounces toward the side of the net, swept away by Vasilevsky. 2:15 gone by. Palat went tumbling down to the ice, lost an edge and crashed hard. And here comes Lilleberg out to the red line. Tosses it in, goes off the heel of the stick of Markstrom. Taken far side by Gord. He overskates now. Here's James, gets it to Gord, goes cross ice. Tampa in deep, behind the net they'll skate. That's Carlisle handing it off. Now James with a shot that's deflected off the glass by Carlisle, taken by Markstrom, dumps it to the corner. Carlisle just called up from Syracuse along with Santini, so he and James making a little noise as the puck comes into the Tampa Bay end.
Well, the Devils should be able to come back against the Lightning.
Lightning gain the zone. Here's Finley, who scored his first NHL goal the other night, tied up behind the net. And it's Luke Hughes coming away with it. Yeah, it's a battered defensive core. No Hedman, no Chernak, no Ryan McDonough. Icing called on the Devils.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Matty. They should be able to come back. Now, they only called it icing. And that was so similar to the Dillon play in the first period that they didn't call. And Tampa Bay scores Kucherov with the... So I don't know what's icing and what isn't anymore. And I don't think some of the referees and linesmen are really sure either.
Yeah, Paul Cotter was not happy with that call. Face-off in the Devils' end. Kick that. Bounces around. Controlled by the Lightning shot from Curtis Douglas, is knocked aside by Jacob Markstrom. Tampa Bay at home to take on Edmonton on Thursday. Then they'll be in Washington on Saturday. Devils on the road to take on the two-time defending champion Florida Panthers on Thursday, and then wrapping this road trip up against Philadelphia on Saturday. Here's Pratt gaining his own, goes cross-ice hard pass off the stick of Hischier. Now it's on to Luke Hughes inside the blue line. Gets it to Hischier. His pass blocked away. He recovers. Looks for Pratt. And he's slowed down by Dastu, and the puck is cleared. Siegenthaler sends it in. Charles-Edouard Dastu plays it around, and now here's Bjorkstrand with it. Cirelli back in the lineup off a 4-game absence. Gives it off to Dastu, and his shot is stopped by Markstrom.
Good shift for Dastu.
Yeah.
Been all over the ice, and the puck liked him on this shift.
27-year-old. In his first year in the National Hockey League, puck goes out of play, and he's got one goal this year, 5 points, and in the East Coast League a few years ago, I'm not sure exactly when, in 17 playoff games playing for the Utah Grizzlies, 18 goals.
Well, you got to give a guy like that a chance, right? Mm-hmm. And he's getting it here. And I know it's going to happen when all those guys return, Hedman and McDonough and so forth. But he looks pretty good tonight, man. I mean, that's the thing. I don't see the major flaws, but that's why it can't be 1 or 2 games.
Braden Point across the line, slows down, gives it to Radish. The blast, he scores.
Darn it.
A big slapper from out high, and Tampa Bay leads 4-1.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Matty. I didn't know Radish could shoot the puck like this. He's done it in the first couple periods. Here he gets it up high, and it's just a brilliant shot. Boom! I don't think it hit a stick. He's shooting, and somebody's throwing a stick in front there. Meyer, but I don't think it hit the stick. But I just think if you Matty, I always say it's better to shoot off the neck. If you shoot within like 8 inches of the neck, that's much tougher than if you're shooting out for the corner. And that's where he drilled that one. It went right by the throat of Markstrom.
And so Radish extends the lead to 3. That's his second goal of the season. You would think with that shot that he'd have a few more. But it's opportunity, too. If the guys who are out are playing, he may not get as much time, right?
Yeah, exactly. And circumstantial situations. He shot it. There was a bit of a screen in front. Timo Meier throwing the stick there. I'm just saying things could have occurred that we don't normally see. But, yeah, I'm surprised he's only got 2 goals.
5.5 gone by in the third. It's once again a 3-goal lead. Point and Moser picking up the assists at 4:49. Radish's brother plays for the New York Rangers, Taylor Radish.
What a hat trick this year.
Here comes Finley across the line. Hands it off. Bjorkstrand's shot is steered to the corner by Markstrom. Taken at center ice now by Stefan Nason. Yeah, Taylor Radish had the hat trick earlier in the season for the Rangers.
Yeah. Oh, who knows how that works, eh, Manny? Everything goes right one night. 4 goals is a lot tougher.
Here's Brett across the line at the hash marks. Finds Hischier, taps it in front. Chipped on that save by Vasilevsky. That was Hamilton coming in. Well, at this point, you really got to take some chances like that. Here's Hagel across the line. His shot is blocked.
You do.
Now it's kept alive by Tampa Bay as the Devils can't clear the zone. So we'll see the defense activate a little bit more. And here's a penalty coming up. And it's going to be a hold on Arseny Gritsuk.
Yeah, puck battle along the boards. And I'm not going to be too critical, but
New Jersey penalty number 81.
I got to see, sometimes you got to let some of this stuff go. Well, Gritsuk's got his stick. What happens if you're against the boards, Matty, and your stick goes around the player you're trying to defend against, and it gets caught in the boards, and then the guy goes down. You can't pull it out. He goes down. It looks bad, and that's why Gritsuk's in the penalty box. 13-12 to go here in the third period. 4-1 Tampa Bay Lightning lead. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
Take a free shot at winning $10,000 with the Golden Goal Sweepstakes, brought to you by PlayStar, the official online casino of the New Jersey Devils. Join PlayStar today and you'll enjoy a deposit bonus of up to $500, along with up to 500 free spins. Find more ways to play like a champion with hundreds of the hottest games, including blackjack, roulette, and the best slots in New Jersey. Download the app or search PlayStar.com and be the star. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 21 or older and within the state of New Jersey to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This is Paul Cotter. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
Do you have a hockey hero in your life? Nominate them today to be a hometown hockey hero presented by Campbell's. They'll have the chance to be recognized at a Devils game this season and receive a customized jersey. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/hockey heroes to nominate someone today. Power play for Tampa Bay. They lead 4-1. Arseny Gritsuk off at 6:48 of the third. Here's Kucherov. He has a goal tonight. Gensel has 2. Radish has 1. Radish manning the point on this power play. Gensel's out there as well looking for the hat trick. He's tied up, knocked down by Siegenthaler. Puck to the blue line. Radish gives it to Kucherov. To Radish, the one-timer that's off a stick goes wide. I would set that guy up all the time with that shot.
You would think so, right? The Devils need a short-handed goal here. That's what they really need.
They scored 4 this year. Here's a drive from the far side that's stopped by Markstrom. That was Bjorkstrand who found himself open.
Yeah. Give it to Bjorkstrand. He's only got 1 goal, Matty. He's just not a finisher. But you're right, Radish. Now I don't know with Hedman coming back if he would be out there, but I would try to find a spot for that big shot.
Now he's got to be able to put it on net.
Yes,
that doesn't help us if you're, wild Darren Radish. Face off to the right of Markstrom, 12.5 to go in the third. Florida, then Philadelphia before this road trip ends for the New Jersey Devils. Here's Kucherov off the draw and a save by Markstrom. Clean win, and Kucherov set up perfectly.
Yeah, and Kucherov's throwing his head back. And here's what I always wonder. Did he think I didn't get the puck where I wanted it? With a good save? You never know about those goal scorers. They think they can score every shot, and that's good.
Here's Radish out high. Now the one-timer by Kucherov. Did that go wide, or was he slapping it toward Gensel?
Oh, good point.
Now Gensel in front. He scores. There's the hat trick. That's how he scored his second goal. He was wide open at the side of the net. That pass earlier came out high. This one from the near side.
Yeah, and why? You know what I mean? I know Luke Hughes is a little high on this, but it is a set play. And then I know you're worried about the big shot of Kucherov, but Luke was up high, and I don't know why. Oh, that rhymes. That's about all I got. Okay. I don't know. The funny thing is, Point is in the slot, okay, Matty? And he's gotten some passes from Kucherov as well. And is that what Luke was kind of watching for?
Perhaps.
Yeah, you had two options. Go up high to Point or go down low to Gensel. And, oh my. And you know what Gensel does, Matty? So it comes in. This is what I'm saying. He doesn't just shovel it on the ice because Markstrom would have got it. He shovels it up high. And, and then you say, well, yeah, no, that's the difference in scoring and not scoring. Knowing how to get that puck up high from in close. And is that his third? Or two tonight, Gensel?
That's his hat trick. That's a hat.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they paid a lot of money for him, and they went out on a limb to get him, and they need him. Kucherov is one thing, but they needed a second and third guy, and Gensel is certainly the second.
Carolina acquired him from Pittsburgh, and they were hoping to sign him, but he went to free agency, and Tampa Bay gobbled him up. According to Hockey Reference, that's the 10th career hat trick for Jake Gensel, his third as a Lightning and first since March 6th of last year. That might put the finishing touches on this one. We'll see. Just under 12 minutes to go, and it's a big deficit. Tampa Bay gave up a lot of goals last time against Vancouver. The Devils can only hope that happens again.
Yeah, they got to get some luck here. They got to get some bounces and more shots. They had a really good first period, but couldn't score on the power play, and then they fell behind 2-0. So even though, playing well is fine, but changing that scoreboard is what counts. And unfortunately, the Devils only have that one goal they got late in the second period.
Nico Hischier scoring that goal for the Devils as we get a whistle and offside called on New Jersey.
And I don't know about you. I think you were thinking the same. I really thought that would spark the Devils. I thought that might be a game changer. Yeah. And they did okay for the first couple minutes in the third, but then, the third goal by Tampa, the fourth goal by Tampa really hurt.
Yeah, the big slapper by Darren Radish.
Yeah. Because it didn't seem like it was going to be much of anything. Turns into a goal.
So it's 5-1. Devils traveling across the state tonight. And we'll be in Sunrise, Florida on Thursday when the Devils take on the Florida Panthers. They had a crazy game last night that they wound up winning.
Another team that's decimated by injuries, but as the Devils are finding out tonight, don't let that influence your attitude, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
And, like we say, you got to play your game regardless of who you're playing. And tonight, Devils, mainly they haven't been able to finish. They've done some pretty nice things, but their puck possession hasn't been near well enough. it was, like you said, one and done a lot in the first two periods, and they're used to, keeping the puck in, shot after shot. Not happening tonight.
Mosier at the left point. Drives it around for Kucherov. Corrals it. Spun around, though, by Dillon. Goes down hard. Dillon shovels it to the corner. Here's Connor Brown. Florida won last night at home 8-5.
Yeah, one empty netter.
Vancouver Canucks.
But still, it was 5-5. Vancouver comes back after being 5-1 or 2. But I tell you, Matty, you cannot predict the NHL. At least I can. People ask me, well, what do you think? I'm saying I don't have a clue. If you finish your chances, you're going to probably win. I don't think Tampa Bay has outplayed the Devils in the first two periods, but they've capitalized on their chances, and the Devils haven't.
Tonight's attendance, 19,092. That's the 427th consecutive sellout.
Boy.
Here's a drive from the blue line by Lilleberg, blockered away by Markstrom, and Dillon backhands to center ice. Dawson Mercer takes it across the line. 9.5 now to go in the third. These teams will meet one more time this season. That's at The Rock on December 11th. It's funny how the schedule goes. Devils won't play the Rangers until late, but they'll be done against Tampa. You think you would see a rival a little earlier, but no.
Well, if you and I were making it, it would be. But have they ever asked you?
No. And they probably won't.
No, it's probably a good chance.
I mean, it is just 4 games. Honestly, if you play the Rangers 4 times, what's the best scenario? Here's Hischier. In deep, it's poked away. And out to center ice it goes as Bjorkstrand got a piece. So is it play it spread out, play them once in October, once in December, once in February, once at the end of the season? I don't know.
Well, I just think when it's such a strong rivalry, I think you do that.
Hamilton in front. It's steered away by Vasilevsky. Now a stretch pass. Knocked down by Hagel. Hagel lost control. He and Cirelli were bearing down, but the Devils got back in numbers.
And the pass was by Kucherov. Kucherov is having a whale of a game tonight, Matty. Wow.
Yeah, when he's on, he is on.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
And I guess you could say that about a lot of people, but he's so gifted.
Yeah, when he's on, he's above.
Yeah.
Not everybody. There's other guys like McDavid and Draisaitl and those guys too, but oh boy, I like it when he's not on.
2 points tonight for Kucherov, now 1,012
penalty
in his career.
Who's that? Oh, good, against
Glendening, checking the Chicklets.
Tampa Bay. Well, here's the thing, Matty. Okay, it's 5-1, 7:51 to go. I'm not saying that's going to be the turning point, but I do want to see the power play get a chance to start functioning.
Tampa, 86, 2 minutes high stick.
Oh.
All he needs is a
dirty
fight.
Kucherov.
For the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Yeah, so let's just get the power play going. Let's be honest, Matty, in some ways you're playing for the next game. And then that happens, and that's fine. So anyway, we'll be right back. 5-1, Tampa Bay over the Lightning, 7:51 to go. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
The New Jersey Devils are all about scoring goals and making saves, and so is Citizens. Reaching a financial goal might not get the crowd on their feet like a hat trick. Just like in hockey, having a solid team behind you makes the win sweeter and much more likely. A partner like Citizens will help fans make sense of their money so they can face off against anything coming their way. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/devils. Member FDIC.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential's rock-solid expertise is designed to help you reach your goals. After all, no matter where you are in life, you've got something to protect. Visit Prudential.com today and see how we can help you.
This is Zach McEwen. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network.
Islanders have taken a 1-0 lead in the second over the Dallas Stars. Cal Ritchie with his first goal of the season. And the Islanders with the lead. Chicago has a 1-0 lead over the Calgary Flames. That's after one in Chicago. Ryan Donato with the goal. And we mentioned it last week when we were in Chicago. Our engineer there, Bill Carambellis, his dad, celebrating his 100th birthday this year, was honored for one of the Hometown Hero events that they have in Chicago. And he was brought out on the ice tonight.
Tonight was the night?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So congratulations.
One of the few World War II veterans still
100 years old, still golfs, plays a pickleball. Devils have a power play. High sticking the call on Kucherov. Here's Hamilton. Taps it. Cotter with a drive, sails through the crease, off the corner boards and all the way down. Devils 0 for 2 in the first period. And if you look at it, 2 power play chances, they don't score. Turnover, breakaway.
Yep.
Score for Tampa Bay, and then a late breakdown in coverage, and maybe an errant call on a no icing. Here's a chance for Brown. Down low for a tip try. Save, and another save by Vasilevsky, and the puck is cleared.
And I can just tell, Matty, the goalies some night, they're flowing. They're just flowing to exactly where they need to be to make the save. And that's Vasilevsky tonight. He's made saves look so easy, difficult ones. Not better than the one on Hischier, although Hischier did score afterwards.
Yeah, that was by far the best save, right?
Yeah, that was brilliant.
I mean, there haven't really been that many grade A chances for the Devils among their 29 shots. That was one.
That was.
That
and
might
the
be
other
the
ones
only.
he's made look easy. And I don't know that they are, and the Devils have had no break on the rebounds, no tips, no deflections. Here we go.
Moser can't clear, blocked by Nemitz. Now to the corner it goes. Palat to the blue line. Now Nemitz goes back to Palat, far circle. Devils with the man advantage for another 9 seconds. It's Palat. Down low, and Mercer fires it to Nemitz. He just whiffed on it.
I think it bounced on him.
It might have. Sorelli back the other way. He goes cross ice. It's off a Devil's skate. Oh, he was looking.
Oh, yeah, Matty. It looked like a layup.
Yeah, he was looking for Hagel. Devils were able to disrupt it. Power play is over. They're 0 for 3 tonight. So they've given up 2 power play goals, and they are 0 for 3 on their own power play.
Well,
and there's the game.
That's what the game is about. That's why you win and lose. So
5:20 to go. Stay with us for the post-game show. We'll get reaction from the dressing room. Mercer across the line, surrounded, puck knocked loose, and Braden Point will sweep it around for a teammate. And we'll set you up for the matchup against Florida. Should be fun. Kucherov cuts to the side of the net, hands it off. What a pass for Point. The backhand shot goes off a skate and gloved in the crease.
Brilliance of Kucherov and Point not being able to do anything. There again, just a brilliant pass from Kucherov, and Point's going to go from the right to the left across the top of the crease, Matty. But he doesn't even get a shot on net. So he's struggling, but the rest of his team finding a way to score. They got 5 goals tonight. Devils only won. 4:56 to go here in the third period. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get New Jersey Devils tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the New Jersey Devils and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Devils.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic. The NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
No one plans on heart problems, but everyone should have a plan for them. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. With the latest technology and a highly specialized team of nurses, cardiologists, and surgeons, our network offers the most complete heart and vascular care in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
This is Jasper Brad. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Back here in Tampa, Matt Lachlan along with Chico Resch, our engineer, is our good friend Ed Pendino. We're in good hands when Ed's around. And, of course, we've got Charles Mintz back at our Skyview studios and Kyle McKenna, our statistician. 4:56 to go in the third. 5-1 Tampa with the lead. Hat trick tonight for Jake Gensel, Nikita Kucherov, and Darren Radish, the goal scorers as well for Tampa Bay, and the Devils getting the one from Nico Hischier. 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. They gave up 2 power play goals, did the Devils, and that's a summation of the game. I'm not sure what's happening here. There was a face-off in the Devils' end, and now, you know what? Well, here's the call.
Tampa 42, 2 minutes for a face-off infraction.
So there you go. You don't see that often, but Curtis Douglas called for a face-off infraction.
Huh. Which would be...
No. Douglas is coming out, and Gonzalez is serving it. Jeff Halpern, who's the coach tonight, the head man, as John Cooper missed tonight's game, dealing with some personal things. And Halpern's like, really? He's kind of barking out of the side of his mouth. Really? So the Devils have a power play. Let's see what they can do. Here's Hamilton out high. Snapper tipped and it goes wide. Getting a piece was Dadonov. He's got the puck near side. Now to Hamilton out high. They both return to the lineup tonight. Dadonov with a shot that's off his stick, and it goes high off the crossbar.
Who's out there on the power play?
Glenn Denning is out there. Connor Brown, Paul Cotter.
That's telling you something.
Yeah, it's telling you that the coach didn't like what he saw. Dadonov with it. Down the near side wall, in the circle for Hamilton. Stretches, reaches, shot save made by Vasilevsky.
Yeah, well, Devils a little bit better. I mean, I know they're down 5-1. I don't know what that's got to do with the power play, and they've got guys who aren't going to be out there. But the coach is saying, well, we haven't done anything with the regular group. Let's try the third group of guys. And, you know, the Donoff wants a little more ice time, right? I'd give it to him.
Sure.
He hasn't played much. Oh, my.
Down goes Mosier and the linesman.
Yeah, I didn't see why that penalty, Matty. Maybe he's warned. You get one warning, and if you do it again, then you get a penalty. I think that might be the way it unfolded.
Let's see. We're taking our time. Don't know why. Now the puck is dropped along the far wall. Dougie Hamilton backhands a pass to Dadonov. Now to Hamilton. Slap shot, and that hit a body in front. I think it went off of Glenn Denning, or did it get through?
Yeah, no. Limping a little bit. There again, you know, you're hoping it hits Glenn Denning and at least hits the goal. It goes in the back of the net, but no.
Here comes Connor Brown across the line. Slowed down by Mosier. 1 minute to go in the minor. Assessed against Tampa Bay for a face-off violation. And a clear by the Lightning. Gritsuk will snap one in. Settled by Vasilevsky. Good portion of this crowd has made its way out. Here's a pass to center ice. Hagel backhands too far for Cirelli.
Well, you know, to be honest, Matty, it didn't seem like there was excitement in the building like I expected. You know, I don't know why. Maybe the game itself. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's the slow start this season for Tampa. I mean, it's a bit of a, and I say this respectfully, spoiled Tampa Bay crowd, given the fact that they've had Stanley Cups and appearance in finals and superstars, and, you know, they're just 9-7-2 on the season.
No, you're absolutely right.
We want more. Gritsuk with a shot that goes wide. It's actually, I think it was a pass to Nason behind the net. And now it's out to Gonzalez, who comes out of the penalty box. He's in, tries to get it in front. Nemitz blocks it away nicely.
Oh, what a hassle, man. Oh, you got to elevate that. But that's all right. You didn't want Tampa to get another goal anyway, but it was a dangerous 2-on-1.
Now it's Dodonov poking a pass away at the blue line, gaining the zone. Backhands to Gensel. I think he was hoping for Lamico, but it went to Gensel, who's got the hat trick tonight on there looking for number 4. 2:18 to go. Well, the Devils will have to flush this one quickly. Here's Kucherov dancing along the goal line. And his shot goes off his stick into the corner. Oh, now Mercer with a soft pass that's challenged by Kucherov, but it's Luke Hughes coming away with it. Lamico across the line. Now for Mercer, the one-timer, save made by Vasilevsky. And the puck is cleared to center ice. Here's Kucherov, gets it ahead to Gensel. He's head of the field, moves in one hand, shovel shot is stopped. And the rebound cleared to the near wall. 1:39 to go. Luke Hughes was back on Gensel, who's looking for that 4th goal of the night. Now Kucherov out high, gets one down low. It's behind Radish, who backhands in front. It comes all the way through. Now wraparound try by Radish, saved by Markstrom. To the blue line it goes. Lilleberg, right point. Now for Kucherov, back to Lilleberg between the circles. Glendening poked it away. Lilleberg recovers. His shot is blocked. 1:05 to go. Devils, unless there's a late flurry here by Tampa Bay, will outshoot the Lightning, but that big number, Chico, favoring the Lightning. They got 5, the Devils just 1 in the final minute of play.
Yeah, it's a mystifying game, and we got a penalty here.
Oh, now we're going to have a little scrap as Douglas was firing some rights.
And Nimitz is going over to Kucherov, putting his arm around him. He got knocked down. I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know if it was accidental, what it was, but we'll see.
It was behind the play.
Yeah, way behind the play, but...
Douglas, a big man, 6'9", 242 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Who did he get? He got in a scrap one of his first games. Here it is here. Oh, yeah, he grabbed Nimitz. And I'm glad he didn't do it.
Number 17, 2-minute minor, interferes. Tampa, number 42, 2-minute minor, roughing. Teams will play 4-on-4.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It didn't lead to anything. Nobody got hurt. It wasn't like a dangerous play. But Nimitz is getting a penalty. And, you know, maybe that was it. We'll see. Oh, coming off the... Oh, you know what? Nimitz is coming off the bench. Mm-hmm. So he, you know, naturally, if I walk into, you're going to kind of reflectively push back. And that's what he did. And so then Kucherov goes down. And then Douglas just went after him, not really... You know, a lot of times the guys don't see what really happened. They just know, Kucherov, I got to react.
And you kind of see by the reaction, Nemitz didn't lean back and say, sorry, I didn't mean it. He just kind of skated away.
And then he goes over and puts his hand on Kucherov and said, hey, nothing personal. I didn't mean it.
But I'm here to play. So we'll skate 4 aside the rest of the way. So the Devils 4-0-1 in their last 5 will suffer their first regulation loss.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a pass out in front. Dillon with a chance. His shot was blocked by a sliding Dastu. 16 seconds remaining. Post-game show coming up. Here's a one-timer from the near circle by Gonzalez, and that's stopped by Mark Sherman. That'll do it. Well, not a good night for the Devils.
No, Matty, this is one that I don't know what. I don't think they did anything that would even lead you to believe, oh, they kind of got beat, they kind of got robbed, they deserve better. They really didn't, and mainly because of that power play. Mm-hmm. We've said it before, but 0 for 2 in the first period when the game's in the balance, and they just didn't get anything going, except they gave away a breakaway, and just a couple backdoor plays, and then a play down low where Kucherov gets it all alone in the slot. You're just not going to win.
Yeah.
When those kind of mistakes are being made.
Then the Devils made enough of them, and they lose tonight by a score of 5-1 as Tampa Bay evens the series. This season at a game apiece, the teams will play for a third and final time during the regular season on December 11th at Prudential Center. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the post-game show after this. Devils lose 5-1 on the Devils Hockey Network.
San Jose Sharks face the Utah Mammoth at 10 p.m. Sharks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 942. Mammoth on Internet 947. Vegas Golden Knights take on the New York Rangers at 10 p.m. Knights on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 949. Rangers on Internet 938. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Tuesday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, Detroit Red Wings face the Seattle Kraken at 7 p.m. Red Wings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 929. Kraken on Internet 943. Tampa Bay Lightning face the New Jersey Devils at 7 p.m. Lightning on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 945. Devils on Internet 936. Toronto Maple Leafs face the St. Louis Blues at 7 p.m. Leafs on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 946. Blues on Internet 944.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
Mark Messier is a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He won 5 with the Edmonton Oilers and 1 with the New York Rangers, and is the only player to captain 2 teams to Stanley Cup championships. In Edmonton, after winning back-to-back Stanley Cup championships in 1984 and 85, it wasn't until 1987 where the team would win their 3rd Stanley Cup championship. Speaking on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Messier joined Scott Laughlin for the morning skate on Sirius XM Channel 91 to talk about what it was like to win that 1987 Stanley Cup Finals series against the Philadelphia Flyers, despite blowing a 3-1 series lead and having to win it in a Game 7.
Mark, let's go back to the 1987 Canada Cup. That was still to come.
That was a good Canada Cup.
That was a Game 7.